I'm Yeah! Welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions, where we talk about drones, drone tech, and action cameras, and a whole plethora of other things. So sit back and enjoy, chat with your friends in the chat. Let's start off with some humor, shall we? Let's pull out the Grumpy Vlogger joke book they sent me. Today we're going to talk about children. Our local school has become an academy. It's sponsored by IKEA. The standards may be fine, but assembly takes ages. Yeah. That's a thumbs down from Jim Bosch. All right, you spend the first 2 years teaching your children to walk and talk. Then you spend the next 16 years telling them to sit down and shut up. Yeah. I think children are like Marmite. You either love them or you keep them at the back of the cupboard next to the pickle lily, whatever. It's an Aussie thing. I don't know what the hell it is. It's probably like Vegemite. Who knows? As a kid, I was made to walk the plank. We couldn't afford a dog. Oh, yeah. British scientists have demonstrated that cigarettes can harm your children. Fair enough, use an ashtray. Yeah, there we go. I was messing about in this lesson and the teacher told me to go outside. I was petrified. It was a flying lesson. Oh! Be nice to your kids. They'll choose your nursing home. Oh, yeah. Ooh. When I was a child, we had a sand pit. It was a quick sand pit. I was an only child. Eventually. Oh, boy. When your children are teenagers, you should have a dog. So at least someone in the house is happy to see you. Oh, yeah. I had a happy childhood. My dad would put me inside a tire and roll me down to here. Those were the good years. Oh! I don't know what to get my 9-year-old Scouse nephew for his birthday, so I put 20 pounds in his nan's purse. What the hell? Jim probably knows. We named our little girl after her mother. Passive aggressive psycho turns 5 next week. Yeah. Jim liked that one. I had a tough time at school. The other kids used to push me around, call me lazy. I loved that wheelchair. Oh, hey, I got a joke in. Yeah, all right. Let's get this show rolling. Ooh, get my wheelchair out. You know what? These kids these days they're spoiled little brats. When I was a kid, we didn't have electric wheelchairs. We had to get our lazy ass arms out and push those wheels around. Now, all these kids are lazy little bastards. They got that little game stick joint. What bunch of jerks. All right, let's get this show rolling. Let's welcome my first co-host all the way from the Great White North, up yonder, just north of Lake Ontario, Canada. Let's welcome the effervescent Jim Beauchart. Hello.
Whoa, thank you, Art. Wheelchairs. Thank you very much, Art, and have me on your show.
You know what? I just watched South Park, and it's the one where they're all grown up. This is like post-COVID, and Jimmy's like, he's like Jimmy Kimmel. He's telling these really lame jokes. Kind of like what I did last night on the Matt show. Alrighty. So how's it going up there in the Great White North there?
Well, I can only speak for the 6 feet around me, but it's not bad.
Good.
I just make sure everybody gets out of my way, and life is good.
Yep. So let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Northside Hawk Drone Tech. That's Dominic, isn't it? He was one of the winners of the stickers that I will be giving away a little later. We've got Don Mudball Creative. We've got Warren Akira Show. We got Chris Wedgeworth. John Flying Flynn Media. And then we have Leonard JSK Enterprise. Charles Galuski. TJ Giggles and Drones. Jim Beauchart. Bob
Hi.
Casey Ariel. And then we have Margie TV. Margie, all the way from the Philippines, is with us. Good. And I did see Angela, Lost Girl Heights, was in the chat early. And boy, we got a good crowd already starting off the show. That's good. All right, let's get this show rolling. Let's welcome our next guest all the way from East Asia or Southeast Asia. Let's welcome the American expat in Thailand. Let's welcome Robby Gray. Welcome, Robby.
Hey guys and gals.
Well, Robby, tell us about your channel. Your channel is changing, so let the people know about if they're subscribed to your channel and how to move over. What's the name of your new channel and why should they move there?
Well, let me tell you what happened first. And this is just kind of to let everybody know not to make this mistake. It's a little different for me because when I moved here, I didn't need my old cell number that I had in the US. And I got a new cell number. Well, I only do streaming through World Drone Community with me and Al Duran. Never thought really about posting, don't really use the YouTube studio or anything. So I thought, not a big deal. Well, I have my Travel Tech 360 channel, which, I've got a backup email address, got my phone number, and I access it all the time. But after I got over here, I thought, I want to access my YouTube studio for my stats so I can start pushing subs and stuff to that channel. Well, the issue that I had when I put the password in, it had been a year since I had accessed it because I only access it through the YouTube studio. So when I did it, it said, well, prove who you are. And I was like, well, I don't have the phone number. And they're like, well, not a problem. You have logged on to this before with your Triple Tech tablet. Well, when I bought that tablet, it was heavy, didn't work good with the remote because they just don't really make a clip that goes on it where it's long enough to hold on to it, it would fall off. So I decided to send it back and buy a smart controller. Well, when I did that, I had no access to prove who I was. It just wouldn't work. So I went back and I thought, well, my email address is the Gmail account that I set up for it called worlddronecommunity@gmail.com. But I thought, I think it's the World Drone Community. So I did that. It sent me rechecks and all this. So I got in touch with YouTube and they said, well, we're not Google specialists. We're only on the YouTube end. I said, well, then just help me access my account. So anyway, they worked with me, and they got me in that Gmail account. Well, guess what? It wasn't the right email address for it. It was another one that I had made prior called the World Drone Community. So it was, instead, one had the word the, one didn't. Anyway, to make a long story short, I just finally got tired and fed up with it. I went back and I said, look, I've got another email address. It might be. And they kind of gave me the runaround. And finally, I was like, you know what? I got 420 subscribers on World Drone Community. We haven't pushed it. I've never really done any advertising on it other than when people come on the show. So finally last night I sat down and I was like, I'm just going to do it. So I set up another one called The World Drone Community. And as we start migrating, we have a new website that we'll talk about tonight that we've linked these keychains to. And it is part of the World Drone Community. And the reason that we did that for you guys, I know most of you guys in the chat. Y'all know that I'm in the IT field. I own a web development company, and we do companies like Dick's Sporting Goods and other companies in the U.S. We do all their search and stuff. So I started thinking, how could we utilize search for everybody to help them out? So last year, me and Al Duran decided we were going to start buying domain names that match our YouTube channel name, and instead of spending the $10 every month. $10 lists. Yeah, it's basically $20 a year for the name. And then we're having to pay so much money every month to keep that website up and going through the provider. The problem is once you do that, I was having to advertise for my channel. Al was having to advertise for his channel and so on. We had several other people that bought them. Well, I started thinking about that and I thought, if we connected all on one domain name, then every time somebody else got traffic, Google would see that we all got traffic. So I was like, we'll just make a directory under World Drone Community called social / and then the name of your YouTube channel. Well, where that helps is if I were to get 1,000 views in a month, Jim would get 1,000 views and Art would get 1,000 views. So with that, it starts showing up in the search in Google. And I mean, y'all know how the algorithm with YouTube is anyway. They drop us on subs. They constantly changing the rules where if somebody watches your video for under 30 seconds, it'll be there. You check it later. It's not there. You got to stay over that minimum amount. So we started really pushing, and I just told the people next year, don't even renew your names. You don't need to. That's where the keychains came in. So I'm kind of mixing in my conversation from World Drone Community's website as a point of warning. When you have a YouTube channel, make sure that you have phone number on file and a backup email. You guys, it's different because you stay in your countries. My situation is I live over here full time. Now I will go back and forth as time goes on, but primarily I got to prove who I am over here. And there's not someone that you can physically call and actually talk to them. So finally, guys, it just wasn't worth it. I get the same guys in the chat no matter what. So I posted a link, and actually, Art, I sent you a copy of the link to the new channel. So any of you guys, which I know because I set it up last night, I got 8 people so far because people are just starting to see it on Facebook, and I put it in the groups. Go ahead and click on that and hit subscribe. We will keep the old YouTube channel until July 1st. And on July 1st, we're going to start streaming from the new channel and get rid of the old one. And the way that I do this, and for any of you that may travel or consider traveling in the future, there is a company out of Canada, and it's called Packet 8 is the name of the company. Packet 8 is a virtual phone number company that you can buy. And I think it's like $30 a month is what I pay. You can pick a number out of whatever country you want. In my case, I pick a USA number, and then they charge me $30 a month. And what it is there's an app you download and you put on your cell phone. So my cell phone here in Thailand has a Thailand number, but since it has got data and Wi-Fi, if you call me on my Nashville, Tennessee number, it will ring right here on this telephone. And the reason that's so important is you guys know passwords suck because you got 30 things you need passwords for. Some of them need those special characters. Some of them need an upper letter and a lower letter. So by having this, you can set it up where they do the authentication through the text where it comes to you, and I never miss anything. So that's how I do it when I travel. And if I want to call Art or Jim, I can make a local call from right here on, through my internet through here directly to their home or cell phone. So that's kind of how I do it. So it's really important to make sure that you're doing this with your YouTube channel, because me and Al have had this channel going for a year. 400 something subscribers. That's a lot to lose to start back over with. But you know what? It's a better way to prove that these keychains work
Mm-hmm.
because I've been using them for my Travel Tech 360 channel, which is my private channel. Everybody, most all the people in the chat know me from Travel Tech, uh, and I got 600 subs in 51 days.
Oh,
And I'll tell you, I credit it, number one, to sending out the link for my social site, which before was its own web address. Now it's on World Drone Community. And I send it out through Instagram. All my social media is constantly sending it out. Now, keep in mind, I do have a web development company, so I do have 4 or 5 guys that work for the company that I direct, and I'm like, look, I need you to send out links to new people, let them know that we got a live stream, and let them
mm-hmm.
know who I am as Travel Tech 360. So keep in mind, 24/7, someone is sending something out from one of my videos to groups on the internet saying, hey, this guy flies drones, check it out. And
Mm-hmm.
they might send it out to 1,000 people a day, and out of those 1,000 people, maybe I'll get one person, but I'm still getting 20 plus subs every single day on my Travel Tech channel. I started my Instagram over a year ago. I've got over 20,000 subscribers on my Instagram. It's very strong. When I post, I do really
Are they
well
all
off that.
those beautiful women?
Yeah, I mean, I get now. I don't know about that. You're gonna get me in trouble while I here. It's Sunday, but it's really important. So protect your YouTube channel, and part of what I'm on here tonight for is to talk about the keychains. The theory behind it, what it was, and everything else. Everybody thinks that you can just take a website and put it up and instantly get traffic. I
No.
lived in Costa Rica for 10 years and I own an IT company there also, and we're a telephone company, but we're the internet side. So if y'all have Comcast in US, in Central America, you've got Claro, which is part of Great Tech Digital, which is my company. So we own cell phone towers in Central America, and we broadcast Wi-Fi out to subdivisions, homes along the coast of the country. And we've got about 190,000 customers that subscribe to our service.
So
So
is that
my
Noah Stein key cable?
no, no, no.
Seems
So it's pretty much it's my background. It's what
like,
we've done for
what the hell is
years.
he done?
So with the web development, just using what I knew off of that, I was like, we
Mm-hmm.
need to come up with a way that we can help each other. So we will be launching the World Drone Community's website in the near future. Right now, we're using some features in there. So the front page is not going to work if someone goes there, but all the social sites that we have out there are still listed under that directory. So you can get Art, you've got a site, Jim, you've got a site. We've got these. The way this works is we print these out and we put a chip on the inside. If you can look and see, it looks like a little razor that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we program this to go to one page website. And matter of fact, Art, let me send you a link that you can, or yeah, let me let you share it because I got a 49-inch screen in front of me. And if y'all look at it, it's going to be really drug out. So let me drop this link to you,
Okay.
or so you can open it and show it, because I want to explain why
All
it's
right.
important for people that want to grow their channel. I'm going to put it in the private chat, and here's the link.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to getting mine.
Yeah, I am. Here's what I did so you guys know. When we ship from here, we actually have to ship a minimum of 5 kilo box. The box is ready to pack now. I've just about finished programming everybody's chips. So the way it works is all of it goes to Nashville and then in Tennessee, and then Tennessee takes it, and then they're already prepackaged with all your addresses, everything, and they send them directly to you. The reason is it cost me about $100 a piece to send them to you. If I sent you one, it ain't
Yeah,
happening.
that's right.
You're already getting a website and the keychain, and they're $15 a piece. We started off and we used to do like 15 and 13 for additionals. It's just $15 a piece. You got to buy 2 of them. You get the page. We do the maintenance, and the
Awesome.
important part is, did you get that link, Art?
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Okay. Can you share it on your end where you bring it up?
Oh, okay. You want me to? Okay, I think I.
Yeah, that way I can
Okay.
explain what it does.
Okay, yeah, I could share that. And while I'm at it, let's welcome all the way from Port St. Lucie, Florida. It's Uncle Bill, Bill Ronayne. All
Yay!
right, I'm going.
Hey, Bill.
Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? I heard Robbie's voice, so I had to come in here and interrupt him because that's what I do best is interrupt people. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Can you hear the penetration?
Only when you open your mouth.
Oh, hi Jim. Hi Artie.
There we go.
Hi Robbie.
Hey, Bill is the only one that I'll jump in his live stream and I'll say, okay, I'm going to go, Bill. And Bill's like, but let me ask you a question. An hour later.
I don't ask questions. It just seems like it because I don't know anything.
All right,
So
Robbie,
this is,
there's your web
Information.
page
This is
there.
the page that I use for my Travel Tech 360. So basically the way it works is a lot of you guys have noticed that sometimes you can't get your name for your channel in your Instagram to match. They say, oh, someone already has it, which I don't know. Sometimes I believe they don't. You could put bologna sandwich backwards and then say, oh, no, that's taken. Please choose one of these. So anyway, by doing it this way, you can put up all your social media links. So you just send out one and that's it. And then it just takes them there and then they can choose for that. Go ahead, Bill.
Nothing. I was bologna backwards. I some dirty thoughts came in my head about taking a bologna.
Sure.
I've seen it before. It's sliced. It's like this. It's almost as big as Jim's head. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue. This is. I think this is a great deal for guys to get going and keep going. I don't want to interrupt. I was just kidding. But when you said bologna sandwich backwards, I kind of had flashbacks.
You did, huh? Okay. Flashbacks to your childhood. Huh? Okay, that's
No. I think it was college.
cool.
So basically, it puts all your social media that you want to have on here. I've got a couple of photographers that are in here that have decided that YouTube is not for them. They said, we still got our social media, we still post, but I really don't want to do the YouTube thing because I'm not making any money at it. And, that's kind of for a different show of a subject that I have as far as if you're doing YouTube for money, find another way to make money. Unless you just want to devote, because I spend a lot of time online. I don't make any money at all off YouTube. You guys know that. I mean, through Travel Tech or through this, but I do make money from Amazon because I do have links out there on different videos that I'll promote a drone when I fly it or an ND filter or a battery. And the way that the algorithms work with Amazon now is when you put a link under your video that you're putting out there and somebody clicks on it, I could care less if they buy the drone part. Because as soon as they click that link and it takes them over to Amazon, I've got them for 24 hours. So when the wife says, I need diapers, I need new hairbrush, a new blow dryer, guess what? There's money in my bank on the 3rd of every month because I get paid for every pair of socks, shoes, corporate desk, a chair, everything. So for you guys that are wanting to make a little bit of money, if you want to make money every month, and it may only be $10, it may be 10,000, depending on how many links you put out there. You can make money from Amazon. So I've been using Amazon for 2 years on my Travel Tech channel. I very rarely put out videos. I put out a video for a sun guard that goes over the gimbal of the Air 2 when it first came out. It's been a year and a half, just over a year and a half. I probably make, I don't know, $700-800 a month from people clicking on that link to see what it costs. Never tell people what it costs, because if you say it's $19.99, oh, I've seen one for $15. They won't click the link. And but I mean, honestly, most of you guys in here, we all use Amazon. We all buy stuff. And if you're going to do that, ask a friend to send you a link. Say, hey, I want to buy some this. Send me a link. Send your friends a link and let them get paid for it. Amongst yourselves.
That's a good idea.
But keep this in mind. When I went back to Virginia, I stayed at my sister's house because, of course, I sold my home. And when COVID hit, I was only supposed to be there for a month. Well, 13, 14 months later, when I'm still living in the same house, I have an Amazon account, and my sister has an Amazon account. We're on the same network with the same shipping address. So I'm like, hey, sis, I need to buy, or, you need to buy, something from the store. I'll send you a link and I'll get paid for it. Well, I noticed I wasn't getting paid. And as I started evaluating what was going on, it's because we're on the same mailing address. It's not that. You can't save that 5, 10, 15% on stuff.
Mhm.
So what I started doing is Al would call me and say, hey, Robby, I need a battery for the Air 2. Send me a link. I'd send it over to Al. Al would buy it. And of course, that's how you make money off of
Right.
YouTube as far as in the drone field. It's the only way that I know that you can really make money that really, really does work. And I mean, it's not that you're going to make a lot of money, but we got to pay our Amazon every month. We got to pay our Netflix. We got to pay this little crap. And it's a great way to throw off and pay some of these little things that you have. And let me tell you, some of the stuff, I mean, I've had months that I've gotten checks for like $2,100. That's a lot of money. For what? Just for people clicking those links. So as you guys are putting out videos for YouTube or even the social media, or just out of the blue, you're posting. I post a lot of stuff on Facebook. It's quick. I don't have to edit anything. I just throw it out and my friends see it. But I'll put a link in there a lot of times and they'll click on it and I make money from it. So don't sit behind and think, I've had a lot of people in the chat, as I've talked about this on other live streams, have said, I got a little channel. I got under 100 people. I'm just not going to make any money at it. It's just not working the way that I want it to work. So I'm not interested in doing it. They feel like that it's too late. It's never too late to start a channel. I like it because I like to talk. Because over here, don't nobody understand me. Very rarely do I meet people. It's true. And let me tell you, seriously, it's like you see these people saying, oh, I want to go to the moon. I'll live there all my life. I'll forget about my family and parents and just move because I want to be in the new generation. I got news for you. When they move your ass and you're alone and you can't talk to people and this and that, what might seem beautiful to you guys going, God, he lives in a tropical area with palm trees. And should I go back? I can go to Florida and live good. Here, it's hot all the time. The food's hot as hell. It's different. It's a whole different setup for what people think. But anyway, I kind of got squirrel there on that.
Well, there's some of the fish that I caught today.
Do you eat that? Do you eat that fish?
No, I don't. I know some people that do, but I catch them really. So they are so much fun to catch.
Yeah, you'd love it over here. We got some serious fish over here.
Yep. You got some catfish that are bigger than me.
That's asking. That fish is just saying, "Eat me." I see it written all over it. Art, what's up, man? Throw it in the FedEx box. Send it my way.
Yeah, that carp. A lot of people eat carp, and they.
Oh yeah, in Asia, it's a big deal.
It has something called a mud vein in it that they cut out.
Yeah.
They put them in pressure cookers, and they say that they're just delicious. But I don't know. Over here, some of the fish kind of look like snake. I mean, they're just. You look at a catfish, and you look at the spine, the top part, and you're like, is it an eel or is it a? So I pretty much stay away from anything.
Well, if it's got whiskers on it, it's catfish. Yep.
I'm sorry?
If it has whiskers on it, it's a catfish.
Yeah.
I never realized I dated some catfish in my life then. Is that how that worked? They had some whiskers.
No spine.
Art,
those were very impressive.
Yeah, I caught 8 of them today.
Where was that?
It was at Lutz Field. It's split into baseball fields on one side, and another side it's soccer fields. And this is a pond that's like right next to the soccer field. And this guy that I started fishing with, he told me about this place, and I go, oh, that's pretty close to where I live, and he caught koi there. I know Ray Kelly is probably pissed off. But,
Eat his koi.
It's not a catfish farm, is it? You weren't
No.
catching fish in a barrel, were you?
Well, it was almost like catching
Seems
fish
like
in the barrel.
Good job.
Yep.
Good
Hey, Bill,
job.
have you seen the videos of the guys that looks like they're in Kenya or something, and they dig in the mud and pull these fish out that look like catfish? They'll show like a little hole, and they'll show the mouth come up, and like a snake is going in or something, and like they're eating the snakes or something. I think that's set up, and there's somebody on the other side that's pushing fish up through a hole or something because it looks ridiculous.
That sounds like porn.
Yeah.
I didn't. You dig in the mud,
Yeah.
you dig in the mud, and it opens up, and the snake. I don't know. It sounds like
Exactly.
Yeah, we
No,
have barramundi here in Florida, as a matter of fact. It's related to the snook. I did not know that. Yeah.
me either. I just like how it sounds. What's that, Jim?
Did you just call me a schnook?
Yes. Yes.
No, I said schmuck.
A schmuck?
Oh, lovingly though, of course,
Well, yeah.
with all the
I want
love.
to go ice fishing. I want to go ice fishing, Jim. 'Cause I
Oh,
haven't
I've done that.
the ice fish, because if you ever saw grumpier old men where they pushed out that tent, or what do they call that, a cool house or something like that?
No, it's
They pushed
called
it
a
on the water.
shanty or a shack.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I shed or shed.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
Yeah,
done.
when I go, my friend, he's got a tent, and we get in there, and he's got a little propane tank in there, and boy, it's nice and toasty in there.
Robby, I don't go fishing. I'm sure as hell not going to do it with below freezing temperatures.
Do y'all have Captain D's there? Because I prefer
Yep.
to get my fish from
I
there.
remember Captain D's. Yep.
It's amazing here. The fish. I live really close to a fishing village. Like literally, it's like one way is the city and the other way is like the ocean's right here. So it's a fishing village. So it's got its good parts and its bad parts because as you drive through, it's like driving through something in 1940. Really
Yep.
outdated. The houses are just like shacks, look like they're
Yep.
falling apart. And they're on property that a lot of these people finally just like tear down their old crap and put up like a restaurant. They make a ton of money because
I mean, it's like the 1940s. They drive like old cars and stuff, and
yeah,
women
everything.
know their place, and
everything is old. I don't know about the women knowing their place.
no, it's a
because
joke.
it is- No, I know it's a different social thing over here, but it's amazing just to see how that these people live so basic. I mean, they have areas here on the water that they just like build something. The government doesn't really say anything, and then the government finally will come in one day and say, okay, and just tear them down, tear the houses down. They're right on the water, but they make some beautiful places. But it's like they don't have money to eat, but they got a lot that's probably worth $100,000 that their $20 check sits on, and I'm just like, why wouldn't you like put a restaurant? But then I got to remember they don't have the money to do it. But on the other
Yeah.
hand,
That's
they
true.
go out in these boats and they look like, we call them cigarette boats. They go out in these boats and have like these big, huge engines that look like big blocks, and they're on top of the boat. So imagine putting a huge car engine on the back of a canoe on the top with the rudder sticking out,
Yep.
I don't know, 15, 20 foot in the
Yep.
water like that. I'm just like, it's just scary as hell looking at it. It looks like something out of Forrest Gump or something. It's just crazy.
Mhm.
And they'll go out and then they'll come back in. And I mean, you can get shrimp. I've seen shrimp the size of horseshoes. And I was like, what the hell is that? I mean, my wife's like, how many kilo you want? I was like, I just get one. We can cut it up because it's huge. So it's different for me because I lived in Florida a little bit, Bill, years ago. I moved to Apollo Beach first because I went there. Some friends were there. I was like, oh, I love it. It's so beautiful. And this guy was pushing this condo really hard on me. He's like, hey, I'm retired. I want to move somewhere. I want to rent you my condo. You'd open up the door and you could see the water right there. And it was just beautiful. So I rented it. And then after like a week, I was like, how come there's nobody here after like 7 o'clock at night? The restaurant's closed. I had rented a rented a place at the retirement center. I mean, the whole damn area was. So my friend was like, dude, you got to come to Tampa. you got to go to Ybor City. And I was like, what's Ybor City? And Bill, you know what Ybor City is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you weren't that far. I mean, you were south of Tampa. So
Yeah, but it was like, man,
you got to drive. You know, you sleep there, but then you could drive over to Tampa or over to St. Petersburg. I mean, there's Clearwater. There's lots of places to go right there.
Clearwater is beautiful. I like St. Pete's and I like Clearwater, but yeah. So living there when I moved to Tampa, it was a culture shock because I had a couple friends and they're like, "Come on, we're going to dinner," and I showed up, and they're like, "Where's your date?" I'm like, "What do you mean date?" And they're like, "Well, we all got girls," and I'm like, "Well, I'll go back home." And like, "No, not a problem. Stay here." They went in the restaurant and brought out like 3 girls. Which one do you like? And I'm like, "What is this?" "Welcome to Tampa." I was like, "Oh my God." So pick some girl. We're sitting there eating, and I asked her, I was like, "Well, how do you know my friend Adrian?" She goes, "How does everybody know Adrian?" I was like, "So is he your ex?" It was just strange. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. But Florida was overpopulated with women, shall we say? Look at me.
Well, maybe there. I mean, I don't know about around here. I did, you know, you got. I mean, not here.
Well, I was only able to keep in mind it was 20 years ago too. So
don't forget, Tampa's like 3 hours from here. That's on the Gulf side. I'm on the ocean side, but no, but Ybor City. That's an interesting city. You got chickens running around the streets in Ybor City.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very strange. It's a very strange town. Yeah. A lot of bars, a lot of clubs, a lot of bars, a lot of partying goes on there.
Yeah, I like Florida. I mean, I've always liked Florida, especially after I'd moved there because it was nice and warm. Out of all the places that I have lived, though, for me, Costa Rica has the best weather. Yeah. They got beautiful beaches. It's really nice. I mean, when I moved there compared to the beaches in USA, I've been to the beaches in Brazil. They're nice. They're really nice. And it's on the next level in Costa Rica, the way the beaches are. It's just like they keep things really clean, really nice. But when I came over here, it was like the water is like, looks like somebody poured it out of a bottle. I mean, it's that clear the way it is. But I mean, you know, hell, we're on the other side of the world, so we don't have that. But we have a plastic problem. So anyway, to get rid of my talk there and
well, they dump a lot of bleach in it over there, so you know it keeps it nice and
nice and white.
Nice and white, yeah. You know, a lot of chemical runoff. You know, takes care of that. Mm-hmm. You know, I got a funny story for you. Actually, I lived in Pennsylvania for 27 years, and there's the largest lake in Pennsylvania by volume is Harvey's Lake because it goes down. There's some sections that are 120 feet deep. It's an old glacial lake. It's also big, but I mean, by volume, it's all built up, all these homes around it, and it's very nice. And what they did was they decided that, you know, there was all these homes, the original homes that are on the, you know, right along the actual lake itself, their plumbing dumped right into the lake itself. Like, oh, we got to take care of that. Well, that's from 100 years ago. We got to take care of that. You know, it's an ecological problem. So they made everybody pay $1 bazillion to put in septic cities. You know what happened within a year? That lake turned dark green. I mean, just dark. It was just terrible. And what they figured out was that the waste and fecal matter somehow, and the whatever is coming out of human waste was actually helping keep the lake clean. It actually was eating it. Yeah. So now they got to spend tons of money to dump chemicals into this huge body of water to keep it clear so that fish can survive.
Wow. Back then we used to call it E. coli.
Yeah.
Did you pull that out of your ass? Never mind. Ooh. Thank you. There you go.
Now they figured out an easier way here with the water in Southeast Asia. They don't really worry about what goes in the water. They just sell bottled water everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you'll never find tap water here. God, I sure wouldn't drink it. I mean, even I got my parrot, and sometimes I go to give him water. I'm like, I better give him bottled water. I just, you know, our bodies are used to the parasites and stuff that are in our water, which the chlorine may or may not kill. But over here, they don't have chlorine or fluoride in the water. That's why if you look at a lot of your your countries in Central America and South America, you'll notice that a lot of the people's teeth aren't real white. Well, the reason is there's no fluoride in the water. They just don't have it. They're drinking straight water. So they have to make up with it with toothpaste that has extra fluoride in it. Because I mean, I've seen kids that are just like, how does that kid not have teeth? I mean, that kid's got black teeth. I just don't understand what the situation. And it's not that they don't take care of it. There's no fluoride. There's no fluoride in the water. So we drink it at home, and all of our toothpaste have it. In a lot of these countries, they don't have it. And it's not like, you know, we joke, everybody jokes, this is Robby lives in a third world country. Why does he do that? There are a lot of really nice upper scale places here, like
Of course, there are.
places in the U.S. that most of the time we couldn't afford to live in, but we can here because the way the money is fluctuated here between the U.S. dollar. You can go to a Hilton here, a nice Hilton, with your wife or girlfriend or whatever, get 3 meals a day.
Or whatever. What's the whatever part?
$100, $100 up to $5,000, depending on what you want. I mean, we're talking Hilton. We're not talking Motel 6. Nice hotel. And it's amazing. I'm like, how the hell do you pay for this? The same company that has that same hotel in the U.S. that when you go to rent the room for it's $1,500. Come on. So it's built nice. So I will be getting my 1-year visa on July 7th, which means that I can come in and out of the country as many times as I want, but having to bull crap, fill out all this paperwork to get here. And I'm so happy to be able to do that because I get to come back to the U.S. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, and sometimes I feel bad because, you know, my wife's in the background hearing me saying, I'm going back to the U.S. She's like, are you that excited about going back to the U.S.? I'm like, well, I got my brother there. I got my sister there. My mother's 88. She forgets 5 minutes into the conversation of what we're talking about. So, yeah, when I go, I will stay for a couple of months and then come back. And, you know, we just got married in January, so it's kind of hard on her end because she has to do everything herself. You know, I'm not here to do anything, which not that I do a lot anyway, but it's just the culture. Just the culture.
You know, I've seen your wife. Don't go for too long.
No,
Just
I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I had met somebody yesterday. I was out flying, and the guy spoke a little English. I do run across several people when I'm flying that they're really curious. They'll be driving in the road and they'll see the drone and they'll just stop and park on the side of the road. Or if I'm flying, I'll be parked in front of a church or something where nobody is going to ever come park there, and they'll see me flying, and it's like they'll come park over at me and sit in the car like they're doing something just so they can watch me do the drone. These keychains have worked wonders. I met two bike riders yesterday, and they started talking, and we were talking, and they're like, why would you want to live in Thailand? And he said, I asked because I just retired with the Chamber of Commerce over here, and I build businesses. You know, that's what my job was. And I was like, well, me and my wife have a business over here that we want to do called World Drone Community. I said, because it needs to be where I'm at, where we can manufacture some stuff. And we started talking, and he's like, do I know your wife? And I'm like, well, she is an officer in the government. And I showed him a picture, and he goes, damn, you did good. He goes, you do better than we do.
Yeah.
I've been married before. Great. And she's a great mother to my kids. I don't have any issues. We got married really young. And I never understood why her parents and my parents were saying, you should wait. Finish college. You should wait. And I was like, but why? We're in love. And they're like, you should wait. Damn, why didn't I listen to them? I mean, I got 2 beautiful kids. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, so I got married. I've been married 2 times. So this is my 3rd marriage. So I was married the 2nd time. And it was a situation where I married a girl from another country. She was beautiful. I thought it was great. Met her in Florida. And she was an actress. She knew how to say exactly what she needed and just everything. And moved her to Virginia, put her in the house, got everything going. It was like she was trying to, I need a job. She was doing everything she could do to make plans for when we divorced. And she's like, I need you to sign these papers. And I'm telling you that, guys, I mean, don't think it can't happen to you. And after being alone for many years, after being married, and you get lonely, you want to meet somebody, and you don't want it to be the local girls you went to high school with 25 years ago. So I did that step. And I'll tell you, it was the biggest mistake of my life. It was like these movie stars that adopt kids, and then they divorce, and they got 13 kids from Kenya or wherever. And then they're like, how do we divide these kids up? And it's just, that's exactly the way the situation was. So I determined this time, if I ever got married again, and we always say, we're not going to do this again. You know, I said,
welcome to ArtCo Drone Solutions and Marriage Counseling.
I was going to say it was exactly the same thing, except you didn't have $500 million to help you divide all that stuff.
Well, you know, it was a different. I said I'd never do it again, but you know, seriously, after years, guys, I mean, I work long hours. Now I kind of play and do this long hours, but before I was working 12, 14, 15 hours a week. I mean, a day. I was tired, man. I mean, I was tired. I didn't have time to date, you know, and who wants to be alone? You know, I mean, honestly. So I said I'd never. So I lost the trust issue, just like I'm never going to do that again. But you know, over time, things kind of change. I met my wife, and we communicated for 2 years through friends. And I knew I've got a web design company that's in Guilin, China. So it's like, I know I don't want to live there. I got a condo there and don't like it. Don't want to live there. I'll check out Thailand. So I contacted her, said, hey, I'm in town. You want to go have coffee? We had coffee. We communicated for 2 years before anything. Saw how she raised
with
her
my
daughter.
girlfriend that I have in the Philippines.
Yeah, saw how she raised her daughter, saw how it was. And it was so funny because when I call her, she's like, I can't talk. I'm at work. And I'm like, God, she's got a job. And I always hear girls talk about them having bad luck with guys that are like, Robby, what advice do you give if you're a single lady, you're over 40 and you're looking for a man? I said, well, the first requirement is a job. They gotta have a job, you know, and you never think about it because women, we're all pretty much, I'd say everybody here is traditional. To me, it's not that important that the woman works. I'm a worker. I can work. You know, it's part of it. But on the other hand, it's nice to have somebody that's willing to pull a little bit away. It's true. Come on, guys. Yeah, that's
the first requirement is what? A J.
Is that one of the requirements to do it?
What kind of job was that?
I don't know, man.
Jim laughing up there. First requirement is a job. Yeah, yep. It's pretty much on my list.
Y'all are as old as me, so I'll be 55 at the end of July.
Who's not as old as you?
Yeah,
young whippersnapper, you.
Yeah, you're a kid in this group.
Here, Robby.
Yeah.
I think you're the youngest one in here. Yeah,
we ain't far off.
62, 61, 59, 58, right?
9.
Well,
yeah, you're the young one, brother.
Yeah, we're not that, dude. Let me tell you, after you hit 50, shit, it don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had our jobs, we've already raised probably our kids in most situations, and you know, I don't know how
I just lost my job.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? Enjoy your retirement, there, Haas. Keep catching those catfish. Have a good old time, and as best you can. That's all I can say. You know, and make a little money on the side, man. Fly your drones, work with Robby, get your channel thing going. You got enough subscribers to make a couple dollars, so do it.
Yeah.
You know, and stop standing on a corner. You're not making any money like that. I know you're.
That's my fear. That's my fear of retirement, because you get to that age, and especially once you remarry, and she's a bit younger. She's 43, and I'm 55. So you know, there's a bit of an age difference there. But you get to the age where you think, God, I got to start over this or that. So it's nice to be and marry someone that, you know, got their own home, got their own situations, and you're not like starting over when you did when you're in your late 20s when you first get married. So life is a little bit different than what it is, but they're traditional. I don't even know how we got off of this subject here. See what Uncle Bill does to me.
The introspective Robby Gray, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, and he teaches about love and life and a little bit about drones.
I could write a book, seriously. I could write a book, but I'll say that I've been in IT for 28, almost 29 years. It's paid all my bills always, never had issues with being able to make money. Just because I'm a worker, I like to work. I have that fear of retirement, though. I've always had that fear of, there's two kind of retirements. I retired 10 years ago from my company where I didn't really have to work. I just said, guys, hell, y'all are doing it anyway. And I went to Florida. I'm going to go to Florida for 3 or 4 months. Can y'all handle it? Oh, go, we can handle it. Well, those 4 months turned into a year. And then I was like, hey, I don't have family here. I'm going to move back to Virginia. They were still running everything. So finally, I was just like, after the business started getting bigger in Costa Rica, I was like, you know what? Shit, I don't have to work. I can just stay home on the laptop and answer questions. And then finally, I branched myself so far out. I was just like, I'm retired from the point that I don't have to get up every day and work. No one calls me. No one bothers me. My payroll check still comes in every month. Now, I don't have that government retirement because I'm not old enough to get that. And honestly, I don't really care. I mean, if I get it, I get it, and I will it one day. But as long as we have COVID and the schools are closed in Central America, I'm making money. I shouldn't say that. But it's all been off of marketing, and it's always been programming and web design. Guys, the keychains were kind of like a gimmick, and I was trying to explain it to my wife, and my wife's like, "What's a gimmick?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, one of the jobs that my dad had when he was young was trying to sell toothbrushes. He couldn't sell a damn toothbrush to save his life, and they were going to fire him. And they'd given him like 10,000 toothbrushes, and he's like, before you fire me, can you give me one more weekend, and I'm going to sell all these toothbrushes." And they said, "Mr. Gray, there's no way you're going to sell this. You're not even sold one damn toothbrush, and we've been paying you for 3 months." He goes, "But I can sell them this weekend. I'm going to do it." So they said, "We'll give you the weekend, and we'll see what you do." So he went out to the local shopping mall, and he took a big table with a big, huge tray of chocolate chip cookies. And as the people would walk by, he would tell them, you know, "Would you like to buy a toothbrush?" And they'd say, "No, we don't want a toothbrush." And he said, "Well, here, have a cookie." And they'd eat the cookie, and, "Oh, God, it tastes like shit." "Oh, it is shit. You want to buy a toothbrush?" He sold all the toothbrushes. Okay? So the theory of this is a way when you're out flying that when you do get a sub, instead of telling your YouTube channel, you can basically take your cell phone, or their cell phone, shall we say, put it on the back of the cell phone and touch it to it once I get the right one that's programmed, and put it on there. And it takes you to the social media. So the whole theory is, if y'all can see it there, is they will join all your social medias in one.
That's sales and marketing right there. We talked about blowjobs and everything and got all the way around, and now we're back to that again. That's why you're a successful man.
Let me tell you, though, seriously, there are so many people. Let me tell you, out of all the people, okay, Jim, you bought one. Art, you bought one. A lot of people have bought these from me. Let me explain something. For what I sell these for, I'm not really making any money. We're shipping the stuff. The whole theory is to get as many people as we can to buy them up under one domain and build, you know, for a fact, for search terms, it's better to do it that way.
Of course. I'm not saying that you're making any money on this. What I'm saying is you were making a point with something and you came right around back to it, and you came right back to it again. That's good. It's very good.
Because I believe in it. It works. Guys, we spend time doing this. We really do.
Robby,
go ahead, Jim.
Once you put that thing on the back of the phone and I saw it come up on your phone,
it moves the browser.
Yeah, how does it stay there? Or as soon as they hit back up, it's gone?
No, the way it works is once they have to turn the telephone on. It won't work unless they unlock it, okay? So when they're asking you what the channel is and they unlock it, you'll click it, and then it brings it up onto the screen. And from that, they can click YouTube.
Yeah.
And there's the YouTube channel. And they can subscribe.
It just brings it to that screen. It doesn't. I mean, you can pull it away and put it in your pocket. It just.
Yeah. So, but then
the screen is up. The screen. Once the screen is up, the screen is up.
You hit back, and it goes back to your screen again. They can hit Instagram, back, the next.
Yeah,
and
but
going on your social media.
If you back up from there, it's gone.
And then no matter what you do at that point, it sends all your login information, Robby.
It goes right back to your page.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, It's time for toffee giveaway.
I think it's a great idea, Robbie. I'm just joshing with everybody. I'm sorry. I'm trying to little
Put
humor.
in the chat,
A little
hashtag toffee.
Little Yingling
I
humor.
don't know if it's going to be toffee. It could be mini turtles again. Hopefully, Mudball. Did you get your turtles yet? You better. Hopefully, you didn't leave them out in the mailbox too long, because then you'll have one big turd. Yep.
Hashtag what?
Goofball.
Toffee. Hashtag toffee.
Okay.
I put the link in the description where you can get the key change. 2-piece minimum. The page comes with it. Just fill it out. After you fill it out, your email address, I'll contact you for a Venmo or a PayPal.
Robbie, again, I want to repeat myself. I'm just kidding you. I think what you're doing is great, and I'm totally support it. Totally. And I will order once I get my shit together, but right now, I will.
Yeah, he doesn't have his shit together.
I really don't.
Believe me, I've had to.
Shut up. It's all over the place. Does a great job. You're a successful guy for a reason.
I work a lot of hours, guys. It's funny because people always say,
a lot of people work a lot of. I work a lot of hours. I'm not nearly as successful as you. Well, I worked all day today. All day today. I put up with Karens and crap, and because I'm a coward, because I didn't take the chances that I could have taken in the course of my life. Of course, it could have had something to do with my bad marriages and my children and whatever. That. All right, well, we won't get into that. We already heard your life story. We don't need to hear mine.
Yeah, it's you know
what you got to do? You got to marry an Asian woman. That's the secret.
I never thought, and she never thought. I never thought. And it's so funny because when people hear that sometimes, I guess the people that don't know her and don't see her think, oh, he married a little Chinese woman or something like that. And I mean, this chick's got a master's degree in finance.
No, just because they're Asian doesn't mean that they're subservient. I mean, my wife kicks my ass.
A lot of people don't look at it that way. They don't think. They don't think. It's different.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to pick a winner. Let's do it. Okay, we have 13 entrants. All right, let's draw. Hey. All right, we got Trevor Foos.
Is that how you say that?
Trevor Fuss. Who's Fuss? It doesn't matter.
I'm not fussy about that.
Don't make a fuss.
Email me your address. I think I do have it, but I will put it in the chat. My email.
Bill, you make me drink.
Do I? Drink.
Chug.
What is that?
That is a local brewery called Sleeman Honey Brown Lager.
Oh, yes. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Charles Gillespie made a comment here.
Asian women are strong, hardworking, intelligent, and trustworthy. That's what I've found so far.
It's
Hey, Adrian. He's probably scoping out the competition before he goes on and
and damn
Uncle Bill. Charles made a comment in the chat. Charles Gillespie said, he's in the same boat as you. I'm considering opening some new social media accounts, but I also need to get my 107. For you guys that are doing commercial work, because a lot of people, I need to get my 107 to make money. Yeah, if you're going to go out and do real estate or whatever, you need to do that. These sites, I've got a couple of photographers, and we actually took their logos from their website and put a link on this social site over to their website. Because like I tried to explain, the city that I grew up in, I've got a guy that had posted on Facebook like a week ago, and he goes, hey, anybody know anybody that builds websites, let us know. And I thought it interesting, not that I wanted to build it, but he's from my hometown. We had 250 of the same friends. which means that 50 of them we probably know each other. The other ones we don't. And he made a comment, and I said, before you pay somebody to do anything, contact me and let me know. And he did. He contacted me, and he goes, hey, I bought a web address from a guy. And he goes, I bought the name, and I only had to pay $200 for it. Watch Bill's eyes. And I said, how much? And he said 200. He wanted 400 for it. So he actually wanted to buy his name for his website. He does ductwork cleaning for air conditioners. And he said, I went to buy it. They wanted $400 for the name. And I was like, dude, who did you buy it from? And he told me, never heard of the people. People will buy a web address and sit on it. And when you want to buy it, they'll sell it for the right price. And that's what they did. So they sold it to him he called him back and he's like, look, I've only got $200. I'll pay that for the name. Normally it costs what, Bill, $20?
Yeah.
And that
Register
for a name?
20 or less, but yeah.
Yeah. So he bought it for $200. And then, I started explaining stuff to him, and I said, make sure that you really own this and this and that. And he goes, I'm just going to pay you to do it. And I was like, okay, pay me X, Y, Z, and we'll build it for you. So he sends me the information to make the changes on the servers and everything. And when I was reading the receipt where he bought it, it said, you paid $200 to control where this web address points.
Oh.
He didn't buy the name.
No.
So they had him. Yeah, so they had him. So I tried to contact him. They're like, oh, no, he didn't buy that. And I was like, look, guys, stop screwing this guy from my hometown. He'll tell everybody we got to get this fixed. And I called him back, and we went through some stuff, and we got it situated. But I've seen so many people that have gotten screwed by buying stuff, and there's really nothing you can do. It's not like you can call the police and say, this guy took my money. It's the internet. There's nobody that really polices the internet like that. So we got him fixed, and we got his name, but it's going to be until the 18th until my guys can start developing the actual site itself. So you have to be careful when you do this.
Hey, Mike.
So, guys that are doing commercial work, these social sites, you don't have to buy a website for your company. Honestly, I have a website for my web design company because I deal with corporate companies that want to look at a profile and say, who have you done work for? Social media is the best way because here's the deal. I don't do something right, they're going to email Bill and Art and Jim, and they're going to ruin my name. It's security.
You know what's really good? Are super chats. Folks, super chats really help out this channel. It helps me do upgrades on the equipment I have here. The lights on. If you could throw a few bucks in the super chats, even a super sticker, I'll take anything. I even have a PayPal. If you want to send some money through PayPal, I could do that.
Venmo?
I just got Venmo, and I think if you go to my ArtCo page, I think I do have a link to my Venmo.
Well, you see up there where it says, y'all see a StreamYard logo up there anywhere?
Yep.
You need to take your Venmo and get your QR code, and when you're having your show, post it.
Oh, there you go.
Because then people will actually come up there and do that. Guys, there are so many ways with social media and these live streams.
Oh, Bill, thank you very much. I just got you.
Pressure.
I'm going to brag on Jim a minute, okay? And I'm going to say this, though, because I've had so many people that saw your page that got you dressed up as the clown where you're laying down on that. If you don't know Jim, okay, and you just see the clown and you don't know who it is, you think, this guy's kind of got a loose screw until you really know who he is. But let me tell you who the Jim is. When I did this and started selling these are $15 a piece. Jim said, Robby, honestly, I just need one. And when he paid me, and I'm going to tell on you for this one, Jim, he sent me a message. He paid $50 for one. And he said, you know what? No one should work for free.
Yep.
Let me tell you, Jim is a stand-up guy. He is like, and I really mean that, because let me tell you, not that we're really trying to make money. We just want to cover the cost. Very few people do that today. And I was really worried when I started selling these because it's like, 15 for the first one, 13 for the other ones. We'll do that. And I started thinking, I'm going to do 15. And it's like, I want to see who the first person complains over the $2. Luckily, no one's complained about it because they see what they're getting. It's not very often that somebody gives you a tip like that. It really is just not that often. And let me tell you one thing, it'll never be forgotten because you believed in it enough to do it. Guys, this has worked for me. Some of you guys have had channels for years and you don't have hardly any subs. And it's not the point that, like, Al always jokes with me and he says, Robby, you have more subs. And I do. I have more subs on my Travel Tech channel than Al has on his channel. And keep in mind, I market a lot and Al doesn't market as much, which we do. I market some for him too. But the point is people look and say, well, crap, you get so many people. I don't pay anybody to do anything for us or anything else. If you pay to get subs or views, it's the first way that, trust me, YouTube will catch you sooner or later. And when they do, they cancel your channel. Don't play games with trying to pay someone to do something. You make your money off sending your social media out to other social media platforms. Talk to people. Go to Instagram. Type in drone. Type in aerial footage. There'll be 10,000 freaking people that pop up in search. Text. Say, hey, man, great video. Great image. I like it, man.
Oh, thank you, 107 Drones.
And
there's my PayPal in the chat. So if you want to pay me through PayPal, and they don't take 40% like YouTube does.
40
so that's
now?
how you get. That's how you get your subs. Jim,
oh, Mudball is a new member. Thank you, Mudball.
Jim, did you have any more
thank
questions
you.
on this, on how this worked?
Oh, just one that I still haven't got the answer.
Okay.
When you back out, does it disappear? You have to retouch the phone for it to come back up.
If you close the screen, okay, all it does is open the browser on your computer. That's all it does. And it takes you to the page. So you can click the social media, take you to YouTube. And then from that, the people always hit the back button on the browser. It takes them back.
Northside Drone Hawk, Drone Tech. Thank you. Another member. Wow.
Damn, I'm gonna start super chat. Screw these things. I'm kidding. So to answer your question, Jim, yes, you just do a back screen. It stays on there. They started this off when they first started this idea. Somebody came up with the idea of these. This has got the same chip inside the business card, and they print them. If you've gone to Sam's Club or Costco, where they take your picture and they take one of these blanks and they put it in the machine and it puts your picture on it as a membership card, that's what the people started doing. And they put in there your contact, email, phone number. They use them for business. And then when I started thinking about it, it's like, what kind of chip does
107 Drones is new member. Thank you. Awesome.
So when I figured out what chip that they had on the inside of this, I bought rolls of the chips and then realized that when I'm printing something, and it takes a while to print these out, as it starts printing enough layers.
Did you get them from Frito-Lay?
We would actually put the chip in it and it would print over the top of it. And that's how it came. But I like it because I put it on my motorcycle keys and take it out because I always take my motorcycle when I fly. And just like yesterday, I went in and scanned. And with that, yesterday I got 6 subs. And I got 6 on YouTube, 5 on Instagram, and then 5 on the other social media networks.
Awesome.
I have all from that. So.
Awesome.
Oh, one last thing. These are the colors.
But wait, there's more.
These are the colors. We got
blue, orange, and red.
But we've got something special for you.
Uh-oh.
This is the mystery drone. And I've not added it to the order form yet. These are $10, okay? And let me tell you why there's a mystery. When you get these with your other drones and you scan them, they take you to a website and it tells you what you want. I've got an Air 2S in here. I've got a Mini 2 in here, and I've got an Air 2 already. So I've got 3 brand new drones in the box.
Wow.
And no, we're not going to be giving out the first 3 of these that we did because it does help pay for them. But as you buy these and we ship these to you, $10 a piece, everybody's a winner. You'll get a shirt. You're going to get a box of stickers.
Mhm.
You're going to get something. But I do have drones, a GoPro, and some other stuff in here.
Ooh,
So I'll add
cool.
that. So anybody that wants and just says, look, I want some of these. So when you scan it, it's going to take you to the World Drone Community website with a picture of what you want, and then we'll ship it to you.
Wow.
Awesome.
So it's like a gift that's in there. And these are a limited supply for the fact that I printed out 4 of them. And the 4 I printed out are the big winners. The other ones I still have to print out for the shirts. So as you're ordering, if any of you guys decide, hey, I want 1 or I want 2 or whatever, look, you're definitely, every person that gets 1 is gonna win something.
So somebody's got the golden ticket.
The golden ticket.
That's right. So there's
Robby,
some good ones that are
here's
in
an
here.
idea for you. I have a fishing channel
Okay.
called Art's Place Fishing Channel.
Another new
You
member.
ought to get one that's the shape of a fish. I bet you those would sell like hotcakes. Thank you, Jim.
Hey,
Thank you, new member, Jim.
Would you buy one,
Wow.
Art, if I made it? Because I'll just make you one.
Yeah, I might buy one. Yeah,
So I'm
Art's
actually
Place Fishing. Yeah,
I'm actually printing off this. If y'all can see, it looks like a bowl.
right.
I got a new parrot about a month and a half ago, and I got him, and he was not a baby, but you still have to feed him through a syringe until he gets bigger. And I have to feed him 3 times a day: 7:30, 12:30, and 7:30 at night.
Right.
I like to put him on my desk where he stands still and I can feed him, but he makes a mess. And he always wants to get up here on the chrome dome and sit, and I have to take him down constantly. He wants to get to high. So I'm printing off a perch that I can put on my desk so he can sit and, shall we say, he can sit and shit from the perch because it catches everything. So I'm printing off a little perch over here. So sometimes
Cool.
I print off some strange stuff.
Alrighty, I got a link that works for you, Charles. Yeah, there you go. There's my
Until you guys get these in the mail, if anybody needs a QR code to the site, let me know and I can email you a QR code. And then what you can do is just save it to your pictures. And when you're out flying, if someone asks, show them the QR code, they can scan it in. So if anybody, because several people that are in the chat have already bought these. I think we've built 32 sites so far. And that's
Cool.
been in the last 2.5 weeks, right in that range. So our box is full. I mean, literally, I've got a ton of them already programmed. We're going to put them in the box and get them shipped out this week. And then
Cool.
you all have them. And I
awesome.
may throw 1 or 2 of these in, not the big winners, the little winners. I may throw a couple in here.
Awesome.
Very cool.
So, Art, what
Well,
have
we're
you
just
done?
waiting for
Bro?
James to show up. Hopefully, he's in the chat watching. Who knows? He's probably scarfing down some waffles right now.
Art, what have you done to grow your channel? And Jim, what have you done? Because Art, I know that your channel's grown some because as we first met, when you have a live stream, you would send out something through Facebook
Right.
to remind people to show up for the live stream,
Right.
which I
Mhm.
thought was a pretty good idea. So I tried it. And the first person that I sent one to was Dennis Love Lady.
Yes.
And he emailed me back and he goes, hey, I appreciate the link, but I prefer to get my notifications from YouTube. So I guess that was a hint that I probably shouldn't do it. So I never did it again. It
Yeah.
seemed
Some
like it
some
worked
people
okay
are
for
like
you.
that, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think it's I don't know.
But
maybe
YouTube
it's-
is not all that great because sometimes people they don't get the notifications. Jim
yeah, you're
Beauchamp
right,
probably
you're right.
has that same problem. You know, a lot of people. You know, I'm not getting notification that you got a show coming up, and
Or I'll get a notification of somebody's premiere, and it's like 5 minutes after they've already had it.
Exactly. Jim, what have you done to promote your channel?
Well, I've only been sort of promoting the Uncle Extra Medium channel through Uncle Extra Medium's TikToking. And that's not working.
Yeah.
Nothing really.
Instagram, guys, is the way to work because honestly, more people, your subs are going to come from YouTube. Anybody that has any subs in Instagram has got a YouTube channel, flat out. So if you want to get them over to your YouTube channel, you're going to have to start using Instagram. And you're going to start having to set it out. And it's so funny. One thing I've noticed in this field of drones, because we all, like I said, we all know each other from the chat. 80% of the people in the chat are like, oh, I don't really care about getting any subs, this or that. And then you start getting a bunch of son of a bitch has got 100 subs. How do you do it? I've only got 4. It's called work your ass off. It's called get up.
That's right.
Do your work. I saw an ad on Facebook the other day and it said, how to make $2,000 from $20. And I was like, oh my God, check this out. And it said, take $20, put in your gas tank and drive your ass to work. You got to work, guys, to get this done. It's not brain science. You don't have to have anybody help you. You don't have to pay anybody. You got to go in and you got to make a thumbnail for your channel. When you put out your videos, even me and Al will go fly and I'll put a thumbnail out saying just flying. That's it. It ain't nothing fancy. But when I put it out on YouTube, I put it out on Instagram. I mean, I guess I get so many people because I get a lot of people that ask me, Robby, what do you think I should do? And I hate it when someone asks me that and I tell them and they're like, oh, but that doesn't work. And I'm like, well, how come I'm getting subs and you're not doing it right? So, you know, I've got a family member and he'll call me and he'll say, and Bill, you'll relate to this one. I got a computer problem. How do you fix this? Or, oh, I need an antivirus. What's the best antivirus? And I'll say, well, I like AVG. Oh, AVG is like a piece of crap. And I'm like, okay, 28 years being in the IT field, work on 500-600 computers a year. You got one computer that breaks every 6 months. Your next door neighbor doesn't even know how to do it, but you're going to take your neighbor's fact. We know these things. It's our field. It's what we do for a living. We know this crap. If it's not working, you don't have it set up right. Guys, most everybody here makes good videos. You know, is my video as good as Al Duran's video? Hell no, it's not. You know why? The guy knows everything there is to know about drones. It's true. He knows everything about the camera. He knows how to do it. He taught me how to fly. Not that I'm a great flyer, but he taught me a lot of different stuff on how to do that. It's not as much how good your videos are. It's can you get it in front of the person to see it? When I was in Costa Rica, I had a guy call me, had a hotel. He said, Robby, I got 26 rooms, $5 million invested in this hotel. I'm going to go out of business. And I'm like, what do you mean you went out of business, dude? You got a beautiful hotel. He goes, Robby, there's like 85 hotels back here. We're all starving. And I was like, it just didn't make sense. He said, come out to the hotel and see what you think. I could barely find the damn hotel. You go down the main road between Costa Rica and Panama, and they're in the jungle to the right and left. No signs. You can't see the damn places.
Oh, there you go.
So the theory is you can be the best damn cook in the world. You can have the most beautiful design restaurant by hand and be elegant and have girls inside and liquor and bring in all the people. But if people don't know where you're at, you're never going to make any money. And
it's all marketing. It's all about marketing. You know, people don't understand business. They'll talk about, hey, you know, there's no McDonald's around here. You got to drive like 5 miles to go to. You know why there's no McDonald's around there? Because it would die. There's a reason why all those restaurants are in the same place, because that's where the money for that particular product is, and you just got to cut your piece of the pie out of that local area. And it's all about marketing. So you got to hope. I mean, franchisees have to hope that their parent company or their franchisor actually does a better job of marketing. And when you buy into something like McDonald's, I mean, they've got 50 years of expertise and brand acknowledgement. And brand acknowledgement. People understand, but anybody that opens up a new business, that thinks they're going to do well because there's nobody else around there like them, they didn't do their homework. If there's nobody else there like them, unless there's something brand new and there is no competition, there's usually a good reason why there is nothing else like there, in that area like them. They have to do the marketing, and then they have to do the due diligence and go and check out what's needed. Again, it's all about solutions. When you were talking about sales earlier, we had a thing when I used to be in sales, and the thing about that was when you talk to your client, the problem has to be this big, and the solution has to be this big.
That's right.
And then they'll buy it, and then they'll take it. Robby has got a problem, marketing my site. Where do I go? What do I do? And his problem's $15. His solution's $15. And you know what happens if it doesn't work? I mean, probably because you didn't put the time and effort into it. But if it doesn't work, it costs you $15. I mean,
you would be surprised.
But it's all about doing the legwork and doing the marketing, getting the word out there, getting the name out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've made it as simple as I can.
Did that make sense? Because I'm drinking a lot of alcohol. I'm just saying. I'm just curious.
It's okay. I've made it as simple as I can. When I first started doing this, and Jim and Art will both tell you, all the stuff they sent me, logos, background images, links, it was done manually through the chat. I got a damn form now. And I have people that say, oh, I don't understand. I'm not making any money. I want to make some money. And I try to explain, if you're trying to make money off YouTube itself, good luck. It's going to take time. If you want to do Amazon, if you want to do your own business, real estate or whatever, yeah, these are definitely going to help you. And they're like, yeah, I want to do it. But you know what? It's like they drag off until they see Art and Jim get one. And then they're like, well, shit, they're getting one. I better get one because I'm going to get left out. You can't think like that. If you're not willing to invest the time to fill out a form and pay $30, you're not saying you're wasting my time to do it, but I have other people that want help, that want to be able to do it. I'm 55 years old. I do not want to be 65 years old, retiring and counting my money. Where can we go on vacation this year? Do I have enough money to do this? Do I have enough money? I have worked for years to be able to financially travel where I want to travel. But you know what? I never had the desire like I have now of it's a race. It's a race. Our age is a race to determine what our future is going to be because the economy is killing it.
Do you need help counting your money? Because I can assist you in that, and I would only take a little bit off the top. Just say.
I work double. If you think about going and working a job, honestly, the time that I put in to businesses in general, I work 2 jobs. And luckily, so far, I don't have any heart problems. I don't have any health problems. And now I'm just like sitting back, enjoying flying the drones, learning. There's so many damn circles, selfies, asteroids, so many things you can do on your drone unless you're doing commercial work. I don't want to deal with commercial work because then you got to deal with people. And there's too much hand holding. It's true. There's too
I
much
hate people too.
And it's not that I do, it's just that, guys, there's so much opportunities out there for these drones to be able to have fun. How would you like to be able to, when you get a new drone, not have to spend money on ND filters or extra batteries or this or that? There's manufacturers out there that will give you the crap if you show them that you can get an audience. That's all it is. That's all it is. And not that I have a lot. I have 2 companies that send me stuff. I'll do some reviews, but I talk the hell out of it. But you know what? I'm not having to pay for it. It's nice. It's a tip. It's like Jim's tip to me. He gave me a tip. So you guys y'all need to be doing this. I mean, everybody says, but I only got 35 subs. I mean, I can't do this.
Yeah, but don't expect that to do it for you. You got to put the time, the effort, the legwork. And Mikey, yes, you are very handsome, and I've always thought so. I'm watching the chat.
That was a squirrel there, Bill. Yeah. I don't know where that came from.
I did. No, it's true. I mean, what you're is making it as easy as possible for them to get involved, but that's not the end all. They've got to take it from there, and actually work it. If some of us weren't cowards, they probably would have been a lot more successful. You got to take a chance. You got to take chances. This is a $15 chance.
Well,
No
here's
brainer.
the deal. I mean, guys,
No
most of
brainer.
us, I mean, if anybody's under 30 in the chat, there's probably not very many of you. We're older guys. We've already either had a career or in the middle of a career or something else. It's all about making that extra. For me, it's all about making that extra what if money. Dude, the way the economy is, especially in the US, look at food prices and stuff like this.
Oh yeah.
What we thought 5 years ago was going to be our retirement. Oh, I'm going to be able to do this and that. Dude, let me tell you, I'm glad that I've worked so much over the last several years and took a couple of risks, because honestly, if I didn't, seriously, dude, I might end up having to go in like a really cheap ass nursing home when I get older, because I don't have the money to do it. But the point is why you can do it now, and you've got the drones and you got the channels and other stuff. Why are you just sitting there not doing it? It just doesn't make sense. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. Why someone wouldn't. And you know what? Honestly, out of all the people, out of all us, you know who has one of the biggest opportunities? Art. And art, I'll tell you why. There's a huge area for people that have disabilities that are, how do I say this, that are overlooked in the job market because of disabilities. I mean, dude, you know what? A lot of people don't think about that, but there's a lot of people in here that have kids that have disabilities. And as we're older and we're thinking, what are we going to do to ensure that when we're gone that our kids are taken care of? Art, every video that you make, anything that you had to adapt on your desk to work for you, for your wheelchair, for this, for that, dude, you need to put it in the links for everybody. You need to go to social media and you need to look for people and children that are disabled in different areas, because most everybody can talk or use a wheelchair that's got something electronic in it. Dude, it would be, and it's not like I can't do it. I'm not disabled. I don't have any experience. You have this experience. I mean, why? Jim, you're funny as hell. You know how many people out there that are starving artists, comedians, and all that should know more about social media? You would be great for that situation. I mean, Bill, for you, you're into bowling and stuff like that. Dude, it's a huge opportunity to get people in, because it's your field for what you're trying to do. So I guess my question is, all you people that say, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Why wait for tomorrow when you can do it today? Once it's set up, you got to post a couple times a day.
You know, tomorrow never comes. It's always today.
Dude, it's like a diet. It's like a diet. You constantly want to go on a diet. You know, I'll tell my wife, no more Coca-Cola. Don't let me drink it. Don't let me drink any Coke. You know, I need to stay away from the sugar. I'll eat like freaking 3 chocolate bars a day. I'm not going to eat any sugar. I'm not going to drink any Coke. After like 7 days, I'm just like, my damn head's killing me. I'm having a sugar buzz. I go to the 7-Eleven and buy 5 candy bars and eat the damn things. And my wife looks at me and doesn't say anything.
You know, that explains a lot. You've got a lot of sugar in you tonight, don't you?
I drank some coffee, which I don't normally drink. But the point is, you know, it's like if you don't see instant results, people give up. And it's true. And I've noticed the same thing in YouTube. I am not a huge YouTuber. I can't speak from experience of being a huge channel where people are sponsoring me and all this. And I don't really want that. But I'll say this, for as low of videos as I put out, and as many subs and views as I get on my channels, and as many replies I get on social media for business-wise, I do really, really well. But it took me time to get there. And people say, well, if I can't do it in 3 months, why invest? Why do that? Just complain when Art starts making money and Jim starts making money and starts getting more subs, and then you're like, okay, I guess I'll jump on the bandwagon. And then the market changes and we got to make changes. You're going to be back to where you were before. And that's just the way that it works.
All right, speaking of giveaways, it is time for sticker giveaway. Put in the hashtag in the chat, hashtag sticker, and you can win an ArtCo drone sticker. Put hashtag sticker, and I believe Northside Hawk Drones, he was one of the first winners of the ArtCo stickers. So, Mudball, did you get your turtles, your mini turtle?
Turtle.
Who was it? I saw somebody in the chat. Susan Lee, you're next on my list. I've got all the girls getting these sites. You got to get one. Y'all are missing opportunities. Too many women need to be in the drone field with us.
Yes.
My wife hates it when I go fly drones. It's like early in the morning. She won't be going to work or something. Where you going? Going to fly drones. And she's like, now and then I can talk her into going with me. If you can get them to go with you, not that we do that to get away from them and go fly drones, but it'd be nice now and then if we could get the females to go with us and fly.
That's what we have the
set her up with a. I set her up with a drone. Everything is, she has to hear about drones all the time, so I guess it's just border. So, whatever.
Alrighty, let's start the drawing, shall we?
Did you just call
Okay,
me?
let's go ahead and pick a winner.
Oh, pick me.
We got one entry. What?
One? Wait a minute.
Jim, join fast.
You said
Oh,
sticker.
we're up to 2.
Oh,
Come on,
stickers.
folks. Hashtag stickers.
Get it, Bill.
You got stickers, plural.
Yes.
Yeah, now we know.
Yeah, art threw us a curve there. All right, get out
Now
of
I'm up to 3. Okay, 6.
Refresh.
Come on, guys. Get them up there.
Refresh that.
7.
Get it up. Okay. Get her up. Get her done.
9. All right, let's get it up to past 10. 13. All right, let's get it up to 15. Come on, folks.
They're still coming
16.
in.
All right, can we make it 20? Can we make it 20?
I don't even.
Do I hear? Oh, 17. We're so close. Come on, folks. 3 more. Let's get 3 more in there. Stickers.
Waffle.
Hashtag stickers. 18. All right, we're almost there. 2 more, folks. Yes, 2 more.
There's 30 in the chat. Why isn't there 30 entries?
Yeah, come on, folks.
Patience, Artie. Patience.
2 away, folks.
Stickers. I like stickers. Cool. How about you?
I like stickers. How about you?
Oh, my.
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
All right, folks. Let's go. Let's make a drawing.
Stickers. I like stickers.
All right, Win Dynasty, you are the winner. All right. Let me.
His name is Bill, by the way, Art.
I know.
That's funny.
On last week.
That he won because he put in the chat. I was just reading chat that he put in. He was talking about he started doing day trading. And
yeah, I saw that.
Right, I saw that.
And he's already made enough money where he's paid for a drone. See, that's the point, guys. We got computers to be able to use technology to make money for that. Bill, me and you should have met a long time ago because you know what? We could have had a hell of a business.
I would have been glad to hitch my wagon on that on the Robby Gray train. Are you talking about the other Bill? Kin Dynasty Bill or me? Or me? Oh, okay.
About you.
There's a few bills in here.
Yeah, as I had started my business, let me tell you, I've had to take from one to cover the other, cover the ass to get it.
I was in the business, as you know, and I worked with NASCAR. I worked with several different companies. We were doing pretty good, and then there was I won't get into it, but there was a problem. Something happened with one of my partners, and I kind of got out of it and kind of chickened out. And I've been regretting it every day since then. So now I'm back at the customer service. And I'm a coward, man. You know what? You know what? I'm looking forward to that government check in a few months.
Yeah, but it's your knowledge. It's your knowledge. Someone put in the chat here. They said that disability does not pay enough money to live off of, and I agree. And honestly, Social Security doesn't pay enough for people.
No, but it's
because
nice
most
to have,
people,
it's nice to have
my
that
mother's
check
88.
come every
My
month.
mother's 88. I think she makes, I'm wanting to say she makes $1,100 a month. Out of that $1,100 a month, over $800 goes to medications. There's no money.
Yeah.
There's no money there.
But the
So when you get
medication's
in the
covered. So I
government,
mean, if you got that coming in, you work from that. Work off of that. You still got to work, and you still got
well,
to supplement all that.
at that
Mhm.
age, I mean, at that age, when you get in most cases, I'm not saying everywhere, but you're 80 years old, you probably own your property or have a small payment or a living spouse that can help you in that situation to do that. But I mean, dude, there's a world of opportunity out there if people would just open their eyes. That's all it is. It really is. Art, dude, you should have to have money machines to count money because you have a disability if you just know how to focus in on that. Because man, there's so many people out there for everybody that is interested in some different type of business. As long as you can think and you can move a mouse, you should be able to make an income. And wouldn't it be nice if you could pay your electric bill free every month and your water bill and your cable bill and your internet? You don't have to pay that. And you look at it, hell, if I didn't have to pay that, I had extra money to maybe go to the movies or this or that. You're really putting yourself off by not doing that. I started off all mine with web development. Every bit of the money, the renewals every year that they would have to pay to keep the websites up, gave me residual income over the years. And now it's like the opportunity is just so out there, and that's one of the reasons that I want World Drone Community to do so well, because it makes a big platform for me in my company to advertise through different avenues and meet friends with that. But I love to fly. I love the hobby. Do I like flying alone by myself? I get bored as crap. No, and I'm looking to meet friends here that I can fly with. I've met a couple, but it's not like when I'm in the U.S.
It's one thing to work and make money. It's another thing to actually love what you're doing. And the luckiest people in the world love their jobs. And they actually did a survey, and I can't tell you the numbers because I don't recall right now. But it was, if you won $500 million or whatever, would you continue to work? And I was playing a trivia. Remember, Jim? We were playing a trivia game, and the percentage was so much higher than anybody thought. And that's because you got to consider the percentage of people that actually love what they do. They'll continue to do it whether they have enough money or not. And it was like 37% or something like that. Would had 500 million in the bank would continue to work. And I'd like to get to that spot.
I'm surprised how many people say they want to be in a better financial situation. By all means, I'm not a wealthy person. My companies make good money and we have good revenue, but keep in mind, I got 120 people that we feed here in Southeast Asia that work that we got to pay every month. I got 540 employees in Central America. Those are families. They have to be fed every single month. So by the time you pay everything, you pay expensive, you pay for vehicles, installation vehicles and everything else. Yeah, if I sold it, I would probably be really well off. But it's pressure and stress to be able to provide good services to your customers. What we're doing here online, and what you could do, any of you guys could do it off YouTube channels or Instagram. You can make money doing this. And just, if you don't do it now, what are you going to do? I see on the internet all the time, people say, man, I'd love to come to Thailand. I'd love to take a vacation. And I'm like, well, why don't you do it? It's not that expensive. Because I got a heart condition, or I found out 2 years ago I had MS, or I did this. You know what? My dad died of heart disease. A heart attack will probably take me out sooner or later because I'm pretty intense. But here's the point. When that happens, am I going to be mentally and physically able to try to make money and do a business? Am I going to have to look at my 43-year-old wife and look at her 10-year-old daughter and say, I can't send you to a good university because I just can't? I'm not going to do that. I'm working now while I can physically think to do it and build my business. And if I decide one day that, hey, I'm tired and I don't want to do it anymore, I'll do what I've done with my other two companies. I will train someone and say, you do it and I'll pay you. And you sit back and let them make money for you. Because anybody in here that's working for a company, is working for someone else's dream, not yours. Flat out. You may not like it, but at the end of the month, the bank don't lie. And the bank is not going to put money in there for themselves. I've never had an opportunity in a business like I have now, starting. A business that we've had for years, it's grown is different. But in today's market, it changes so much. Price of food, price of gas, price of cars, getting a new car, all the crap that's going on politically. You have to position yourself where when you start a business, you don't go out of business before you start. Why not do it? Everything's on social media. I guarantee you, because of COVID, so many companies said, you know what? We're just going to we lost so much money. We're going to let people work from home. I think it's a smart idea.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Except for the restaurants, of course, because we do need a place to go eat, but we do want delivery. But honestly, Bill, how long were y'all closed during COVID for people going bowling?
Well, I live in Florida, so we weren't closed very long. 6 weeks.
Okay. So when the 6 weeks was over and the people started coming back, did they just bombard you with coming in because they wanted to get the hell out of the house?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I mean, we opened up at 50%, and then we only did that for maybe a couple of weeks, and then we were at 75%. I don't even know how you do that. I mean, we did the best we could, but we were at 100% within 5-6 weeks, and
wow,
it was fine. And I never got COVID. How about that? I work around thousands. Maybe I did. I don't know. I got ill here and there, but
I think you would know it. When I was in Nashville, I stayed at my brother's office one day, and I told him, go home and I'll just sleep at the office because I want to do some work. And the temperature had changed from 75 degrees to 40 in a day. And I could feel a little cold coming through the door, and I started coughing. Well, about that time, I needed to go to the dentist and have one of my teeth pulled out in the back that had cracked. And this old guy, honestly, he was probably too old, because when he got ready to pull the tooth, he started pulling something from the front, and the nurse said, Doc, what are you doing? I'm extracting his tooth. This is the wrong patient. I was like, shit, that should have been a sign there.
Oh,
so
boy.
He pulled, and finally pulled my tooth out. He was pulling so hard, I could hear my jawbone cracking, and he pulled it. And he got it out, and then he gave me a medicine that had codeine or something in it. I don't know what the hell it was. Went and got it filled, took the pill, and man, I was feeling good. But it was funny because when I got the big ass bottle, there was only 4 or 5 tablets in there. So I thought, I'll just go back and get some more. And I went back to the pharmacy, and they said, you're not getting these. I'm like, what? I only had 4 or 5. And they're like, these will hook you. You can't have them. And I'm like, well, what do you do? And they're like, we're going to give you some special Tylenol, and it'll be really good. Went home, Bill, took the pill, okay? Was deathly sick. I was moving around. My balance was off, and I told my brother, dude, I'm going to have to put up with this pain because I am hurting so bad. I had COVID and didn't know it. I had no idea. It got so bad that I was coughing and thinking, shit, am I going to make it home to Thailand? I'm really sick. I'm going to have to go to the doctor. I checked myself into a hotel. And for 3 or 4 days, I was trying to sleep it off and stay out of it. And I was honestly, at one point, I was I think I'm my health has dropped. I had no idea it was COVID. My health has dropped. I thought I was going to die or something. I really did, to the point of I'm going to go to the hospital. And then I started feeling better, and I worked my way out of it. I got here. The wife got COVID. She went over to her mom's, got everybody sick over there, got her daughter sick. Never affected me. And I was waiting for it to hit me. And then I was like, no wonder I had this shit before. So I had it. My brother had it. It was bad.
Here in Denver, you could buy street drugs and get added with fentanyl.
Oh God. I don't know about any street drugs or any of that stuff. I've never.
Or fentanyl.
Yeah. Ooh. Hey, get your crystal meth and your laced with fentanyl. We had 2-3 months ago. We had 4 people. They bought some cocaine that was laced with fentanyl, and they all died. 1 person out of the 5 survived, And because our smart legislature decided, oh, we're going to make it a misdemeanor. And then this year, this session, they decide, all right, we'll make 1 gram a felony. Oh, great! 1 gram can kill 1,000 people. Let's make that legal. And now they even have they put in a loophole where the dealer could say, "Oh, I didn't know there was fentanyl in it." Oh.
Self-medication causes a lot of issues with people. Luckily, I've never had an alcohol or drug problem. And I have
Well,
people that were
speaking
in
of which, I
my
gotta fill my
family.
glass. I gotta fill my glass. I'm gonna self-medicate. I'll be right back.
I have no problem either. I hit my mouth every time. Watch.
Yeah, I've had
Oh,
people.
yeah.
I've had people in
Yeah, but-
outside of my family and a family member that have had alcohol problems before, and I'm telling you that it's a really, really bad disease. I'm so thankful that I'm not addicted. I'm addicted to chocolate. Honestly, I'll be honest.
Oh,
It'll
same here.
it'll probably kill me. It'll probably
Yep.
kill me in the future. But at least that when I'm eating my chocolate, it only gives me energy and it doesn't like
Mhm.
affect the people around me. But yeah,
Well, you know, dark chocolate is actually supposed to be good for you.
yeah, I
especially
know, but
for your
dark
heart.
chocolate, it doesn't have that good sugar milk
Oh, I
chocolate.
love
treatment on
dark
it.
chocolate. You know?
Robby,
Okay,
And
show us,
who's
Jeff.
one of my good friends? He's a chocolatier. Or
no,
is
no
he's
addiction here.
Jelly beans, yeah.
jelly
I'm not
beans.
big on the sugar. I just like the chocolate. My father worked for Nestle for 30 years selling chocolate and coffee. And when I went to Costa Rica, some of the people showed me some of the stuff that grows in the jungle, and they showed me what the cocoa fruit looks like.
Yep.
And it actually looked like a huge papaya that they
Yep.
cut open. And the big seed has got like a
Yep.
mucus membrane that goes around it.
Mhm.
So they asked me one day, they said, "Hey, do you know where chocolate comes from?" And I said, "Of course, it comes from Nestle." Had no idea really where it came from.
Nestle
So-
makes the very best
Yeah.
chocolate.
Let me tell you, Nestle Company has been sending my mother a pension check since 1992, 1992 when my father passed away. They sent her a check every month until she passes away. She's 88, and it's a hefty check. Along with every holiday, they send her a huge box of every product of cheese, chocolate, and coffee that the company makes.
Oh,
Nestle has been very good to my family. Really, really, really
Awesome.
good. I can't say enough. I really can't.
well, the guy that I get the toffee from, Enstrom's Toffee, they've been in the business since, like 1920. They've been in business for about 100 years now. And, well, they did pretty
Almond
darn
toffee.
good. There you go. Yep. And they started off as an ice cream company. It was two guys got together, and then when Mr. Chet Enstrom left the business, he started his own business making chocolate. And it's made in Grand Junction, Colorado. That's where their plant is, and they have 2 stores here in the Denver area. Oh, Arizona drone, dude. You rock, man. Awesome, David. Thank you.
Well,
I
you
gave
know,
you a
we always
delayed
talk
cha-ching there.
We always talk about the U.S. companies. Jim, what companies do y'all have in Canada that would be known from us? I mean, I know Canada also has a NASCAR too, Uncle Bill. I don't know if you knew that, but Canada has their own NASCAR area too.
Yeah, but they turn to the right probably.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Oh,
Once that,
Well, they've
that
got
many?
Ford.
There's that
They make
many, Jim?
Fords there. And Chryslers.
come on, you guys make maple syrup. There's got to be something.
what companies that would be known to you?
Yeah.
Everything. I mean,
You know, I have sometimes I have people over here that'll ask me, they'll be like, we don't meet that many Americans that are living over here. Usually it's Australians and people that are closer to this country because we're on the bottom of the globe from Florida. So we're as far away in the world as we can be away from you guys. We're that far away. And people ask me, how are Canadians? And I'm like, just like Americans. Because we do speak the same language and everything's the same. So one day I was driving out of the subdivision and a guy on a motorcycle stopped me and he goes, "You speak English?" And I said, "Damn, you speak English." He goes, "We should go have coffee." And he was from England. So we went across the street to have coffee and we started talking and he goes, "I quit my job today." And I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, I was a teacher." I was like, "Well, why did you quit your job?" And he goes, "Because they wouldn't let me use a calculator and I'm a math teacher and we need that so we can explain things. So I just threw it out. I didn't think anything about it." And then he said, "Do you have a computer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Do you have a printer?" Like, "Yeah." "Can you print something out for me and bring to the coffee shop tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah." So he sends me a picture of a diploma with somebody else's name on it. And then in the comments he put, "Can you remove their name and put my name on there and print out 3 copies and bring to me?" My wife's government. She looked at me and she goes, "Don't you dare. You'll get me in trouble. You're in trouble. You won't get your visa. They will send you home." So I ignored it and didn't respond to him. And he starts sending me these threatening emails. "You're a SOB and this and this and this." And I wanted to strangle him. And then he sent me a picture of one of these massage places they have in the city, where you go have sex with a girl.
Oh, yeah. With a happy
And then,
ending.
of course, my wife sees that and she's like, "This guy's trouble." I wouldn't respond to him until he really started sending emails like 2 or 3 a day cussing at me because I wouldn't do it and help him. So he goes, 3 days later, "Hey, let's meet up. I'll buy you breakfast." And I was like, "You know what? That's a good idea. Let's go have breakfast." So went out to coffee, sit down, and he acted like nothing ever happened. And I said, "Dude, what's up with the emails? What's going on? Dude, you don't even know me. Why would you talk to me like this? I've never said or done anything, and I don't even know you." And he said, "Well, you don't reply to me. You don't do this." And I said, "Well, let me be real clear. I got about 3 ways I could just snap your damn neck. Stay away from me." This guy texted me for like 3 weeks after that. And finally, I told him, I was like, "You know what? My wife saw your email.
Snap his neck and it's over.
Her sister works for immigration. Your visa, you're staying here with a visa that's not good. You're trying to falsify documents, dude. They're going to be looking for you." And guess what? He disappeared. So we get that.
Bye.
Yeah, we get that. And my wife told me, she goes, "Do Americans do that too?" And here's what threw the guy off. When we started talking, he told me, he goes, "Why are you living here in the middle of nowhere? The only people that live in the middle of nowhere like this are people that are hiding from the police or bad people." And I was like, "Really? Did you live here?" I didn't say anything and I never really thought about it. And then he's like, "Well, my visa's run out, so soon I'll have to leave and I'm like, "When are you leaving?" "Whenever they catch me." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, what's going on here?" So some of the Filipino people that teach here knew him. And I said, I met this guy and told them the story. And they're like, "Oh, he quit his job like 3 years ago. He hadn't worked for the school for 3 years." So everything the guy said was just a total lie. And then my wife asked me, she goes, "Do Americans do this?" And like I told the guy, I was like, "Don't worry, if they're looking for you, they'll find you." And he goes, "How?" I said, "In your passport." And he goes, "What do you mean in your passport?" And I said, "Well, your passports are like the Americans are chipped." And he goes, "What's that mean?" I said, "Dude, they know where you're at. Every time you come in and out of an airport and they scan your passport, they know where you're at." And he goes, "Really? You mean so if I leave, go to another country, England knows where I'm going?" So this guy was probably in some stuff going on. And but my wife told me, she goes, "Well, how do you know where these people are from when we're out shopping? How do you know who you want to talk to and who I don't?" And I said, "Well, what have you noticed about Americans that are different from people from other countries?" And she goes, "Well, it seems like when I see Americans over here and they're with women, they open the doors, close the doors for them. They let them sit. They pull the chairs out." And I'll say that. And I think Canadians are probably the same way. We're really polite to the people that we're with. A lot of those other countries, they're not like that. Maybe it's just, I guess it's a cultural thing, but we're not like that. I mean, I'm sure Art, you've been to the Philippines, so when you went there, they were probably like, "Damn, this guy's like super nice." And it's not that we're super nice. It's just it's the way that our culture teaches us to
Mm-hmm.
be. I got three sisters, and my dad always told me, "Take care of your sisters, or I'll beat your ass." So, and then I got two daughters. So I tell the boys, "Screw with my daughters, and I'll beat your ass."
Oh, Jim said my wife had me chipped.
I do what?
Jim's droning.
Yeah.
Robbie, maybe I had your question confused. Were you asking me what companies do we have that you don't have in America?
No, I'm just saying, like, what companies would be
A Canadian-based company that would be internationally known.
Yeah, like
Tim,
Canadian
Tim-
Mist.
like Tim
And I would
Hortons.
Yeah, an
Hortons,
example. When all the issue was going before COVID, probably 3.5 years ago, or 4 years ago, I think it was Dairy Queen or Burger King. One of those is actually Canadian-based. Well, it was an American-based company. They switched to go to Canada to avoid having to pay taxes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one of those companies it was.
Don't tell me
because
it was
they
the
did
king. Can't be the king. No way.
I don't
Yeah.
know which one it was. It was either
You
Burger
can
King or
have, you can have the
King,
Dairy
one of
Queen, but
them.
you can't have the Burger King. Sorry.
We have both of them here, actually.
Yeah.
I used to love Dairy Queen when I was growing up.
Me
Guys,
too.
what-
You got KFC and Popeye.
Okay.
Well, here in Canada, we've got Mary Brown's. And it's better
Yeah,
than
never heard of it.
I know.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
I've heard of Tim Hortons, but I've never heard of that.
Yeah, Mary Brown's would make you change. You'd never go to KFC again.
Mm.
Well, I want to go to Canada one day. I'd like to see it. I'm an outdoors person. I did live in Kentucky for several years when my children were born. So, we lived on a 600-acre farm. We had a river around it. I got to hunt, go out and do stuff. I was occupied. I got to ride the four-wheeler. And then, I moved into a suburb areas that, you can't ride four-wheelers on the roads. You can't have guns. It's just a different life. What happened to for me, the 80s were the years. For me, the 80s were the year where we watched music, we watched the award shows, we hung out with our friends. I see stuff on Facebook. When we was kids and you would go home, you would pass the houses and see the bicycles parked in front of your buddy's house. You knew your buddies were there. Today, it's cars parked in front of their house. The technology has changed so much, and we'll never get it back. We'll never get back the old days of when you had an issue with somebody, you just smack them, they smack you back, and there's a winner.
Yeah.
Now you smack them, you both go to jail, you both go to court, and then they make a new law to make more money from us. What
Mhm.
happened to those
Somebody
days
get
we had?
caught. If you come to Toronto, give me a call. I'm here.
Well, they've got Air Canada. I'm looking at the list of the top international companies. Tim Hortons is number one with the best reputation. Then
What
you've
are
got,
they- what are they
I'm looking through the list. I've never heard of WestJet, never heard of McCain Foods or Canadian Tire or Jean Coutu Group. However,
Well, how about Canadian bacon?
How about Rexall?
Canadian.
Rexall is Canadian. I've heard of that one. Aside from that, they all suck. All right, there you go.
Canadian Tire has its own money. A buddy of mine in high school went down
Oh,
to
yeah.
Florida and they got arrested by the cops because they were drunk and disorderly. And he had some Canadian Tire money in his wallet. So naturally, when they were opening and he had to forfeit everything, they thought he was a counterfeiter when he saw Canadian Tire money in his wallet.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've never seen Canadian money. I think I've seen a couple of coins. This is what some of the money looks like in Thailand. This is the king of the country.
The king. Oh, thank you very much, Mama.
Oh, is that a bat?
So this is called a Thai baht. This is 20 Thai baht. So this is the new king. His father passed away, and he's the king now.
So what's that
So
bill worth in American?
This is 20 baht. So this is about
17 cents.
no, it's more than that. It's about 80. It's probably 80 cents.
I was kidding. That was a joke. I didn't expect it to be less than $1.
Well, the
Wow.
biggest bill they have, they've got 100, which is it's about 30 baht per dollar. So 100 baht is about $3, and then they have 1,000 baht, which is $30. So, it's I don't have to deal that much with money exchange. I do pull money like through the ATMs and stuff here. And anybody traveling, and this goes for people that are traveling or living in Canada from US and different areas, to avoid ATM fees. There's a bank for Americans. There's a bank in the US. It's called Charles Schwab. And I thought I had a
Charles
card.
Schwab.
I've heard
Yeah.
of that.
That's an investment group, Charles Schwab.
Yeah, but they
I
also own.
didn't know they had international banking.
Well, they have a regular checking account through Charles Schwab.
Oh,
Not that it matters. You can't see my card number. Here's the company here. But here's what you do. You open a Charles Schwab account online. You send them $50 or whatever, and you get your card. And then whatever your normal bank is, like I deal with Bank of America and Capital One, and say I need money, I never use Capital One or Bank of America in an ATM. I transfer the money over to Charles Schwab and I use the ATM because they don't have any transaction fees where they don't have ATMs. They don't have any ATMs. So you can use any ATM you want free. So when I go here and use a Bank of America card, the bank that I use it from charges me like $7 or $8, plus Bank of America charges me 12 to 15 because it's international. With the Charles Schwab card, there's no fee. There's nothing. So I just get on my cell phone and transfer, I don't know, $300 and I need into this account, go to the ATM machine and put it in.
Wow.
At the end of the month, the money that I've been charged from the local bank, this company gives me back. The bank actually pays my fees for the other bank. Great bank. Great
Right.
bank.
well, I mean,
Oh,
like
good
I said,
idea.
they're an investment group, so you guys are giving them floating capital for their investments, and
I don't do any investment. I just use it for the fact. I
no,
just use it.
they do. They take your money and
Oh,
they
yeah.
use it for floating. They're not necessarily a bank here. I mean, they're more. Charles Schwab is an investment group.
Well,
Yeah.
Robby, you said you've never seen Canadian money. You want to see?
No.
You want to see $15 and $50 US?
Yeah, hold on. Let me send you my Venmo. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, who is the lady?
That would be the Queen.
The Queen Mother.
Elizabeth.
On the
Yeah,
Canadian
because
money.
Canada is a commonwealth of England.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
on
cool.
our Fiverr,
Oh, wow. Yeah, so y'all use the same money. I don't think the U.S. doesn't have the transparencies that big on our money.
Who's
Smaller,
that?
I think.
Who's that handsome devil?
well, it's me, Jim Beauchamp.
Oh, okay, I thought so.
Oh, that would be Laurier.
Oh, that's cool.
Delorier? What the hell's a Delorier?
No, Laurier.
Oh, Laurier.
Ah.
Gotcha.
So tell me this: does the money in Canada have a name like U.S. dollar? Is it just considered?
Yeah,
the
they're Canadian dollars.
Canadian.
dollars.
Yep.
Unless
And Australia is Australian dollars.
it's
I like
a
Bill's
coin,
better. Bill, you got my Venmo right.
a loonie or a toonie.
And
Yeah,
believe it or not, Philippines, it's the peso.
this
I know, and that blew me away. Art.
Yep. Well, it used to be a Spanish colony for 333 years, and then it became
That's great.
a U.S. territory for 50 years.
your American money is cloth. This is plastic.
Yeah, that's the way
Nice.
the Costa Rica money is the same way. The coins here, U.S. has got really small money. I never realized it until I moved to Costa Rica. The coins are really big, and the coins that are here that they have are kind of like some of the, I guess it's the euros, because Panama uses the U.S. dollar now.
Yep.
So this is some of the coins from here. So I don't know what this is. It's so small I can't read it. But it's little bitty. It's like, looks like the penny, but half the
Right.
size of the penny.
Right?
But these coins, so this is 5, Thai baht here, this coin, but the cool ones are these.
See, people are acting like they're all impressed. You know what that money is? My fishing league is going on a boat, on that boat,
Oh,
tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow.
I have to get up at like 6 in the morning. Anyway, that's, or earlier, actually 5:30, I think. Anyway, that boat. So I have it all in cash to pay for the boat and all that stuff. That's the
Oh,
only
wow.
reason. That's the only reason I have all this cash right here.
I think, but I like the way the money is. We have gas. A lot of the subdivisions here, when you pull out of the private subdivisions where we live, as soon as you pull out, we have gas pumps on the side of the road, and you actually put coins and money, paper money, in the machine and pump your gas right there. You don't have to drive all the way up to the gas station. It's cool. All right. Now, what is that one?
A
Art?
loony.
that's Australian.
That's Australian.
Yep.
Hmm.
And
You
on
know,
the
that's
back,
one. That's one place that I'd like to go one day. Is Australia,
yeah.
and I know we have some people that are in the chat or that are from Australia.
Yep.
What I want to know is
Yeah.
how dangerous the people that are from Australia in the chat are. The kangaroos dangerous? Because the people that I see
Oh,
on
yeah.
getting kicked by them, damn, I don't know if I'd want to run into one. I mean, do they run
Oh.
from you when they see you, or will they like come hurt you? That's what I want to
Everything.
know.
No, they'll screw you up. Yep. There's a video floating around on YouTube where there's a guy, he's hunting in Australia, and a kangaroo got one of his dogs, and you know their hind
I saw
legs
that.
are very sharp, and he went up and he punched that kangaroo right in the head, and it stunned him. And the
Mhm.
dog got away, and the kangaroo just decided, screw this, I'm out of here.
You know, I'll tell you, for years and years, we've always heard, and I guess it's because of the Rocky movies and everything, people talking about how tough Russian guys are. Let me tell you one thing. If I had to be afraid of anybody, it'd be an Australian person. Yeah, Russia might have to live in severe cold weather, but let me tell you one thing. The people that live in Australia that can put up with the heat, the snakes, the dragons, and
Spiders.
live on a daily basis, dude, hell no. I mean, they're like, sorry, not me. It's those some of those places. Just living here, we have an outside wall that surrounds our subdivision, and then of course it's literally jungle around the outside. So constantly in our
And
member
don't forget the
group chat
rock
that we
bear.
have in the community, we have cobras that come over that wall and bite the
Oh,
dogs and
yeah.
attack the dogs. We have Komodo dragon that will come
Yep.
over a 9-foot wall, cement wall, come over, grab your dog. They look like alligators almost, 2,
Yep.
3 meter long, 6,
Oh,
9 foot long,
they're huge.
and crawl back. And when I saw that, I was like, honey, keep the doors locked. I mean, I know it
Yep.
seems ridiculous, but
Yep.
it's definitely not a place that you want to
Oh, the
sunbathe.
Philippines, they've got big lizards, and they have cobras as well.
Well, here it's like it's not a lot of areas here aren't manicured real well. So when you're walking around neighborhoods and all, you see grass growing in driveways in different areas, and everywhere I look, I'm just like, God, snakes could hide in that. So we like my whole property here is cement. I'm just like, I don't want any grass. Just keep it swept up and keep the cameras on so we can see what's outside. But I'll put my parrot
Right.
outside in the morning when my wife goes to work for about 2 hours before I feed it. And then I started telling her, make sure it can get knocked over, because if one of those big lizards jumps over and knocks that, he'll eat my bird.
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill, Quinn Dynasty, don't forget to email me your address.
He said he did.
I've been checking my email, and I haven't seen. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, your sperm.
Nope, I have. It says Eric's training. Nope, that's not Bill.
Here, Northside Hawk Drone Tech says, I live in Melbourne and kangaroos are only in the rural areas. Okay, well, here's the question. In the rural areas, if you were there, is it like, when you see that animal, does it run from you? Or are they close enough where
They're
they
not.
would
I
come
don't
up
think
and
they're
hurt you?
aggressive. They're not. Yeah. But if you screw with them, they will mess you up.
Yeah, Scott here says that he has bears eating her bird feeders. That's been a big thing. If you guys have noticed recently in the news, they're talking about a guy that got eaten in his camper. A bear ate him,
Oh,
and then there was a lady that was feeding him that the government was
well,
trying
there
to
you go.
keep
You
her
got
from doing that,
stupid,
and they ate
flipping
her.
people. Yep. Oh, it's like today we are, we're fishing. Some knucklehead let his dog go out swimming in the lake. Great. Now he's scared of all the flipping fish. Yep.
Quinn Dynasty put, I sent something. What is your email?
Let me type it.
The Colo Kid 621.
1960 at gmail.com.
There you go. He just put it in the chat. So now we know where he lives. He's only a couple minutes down the road from me.
Who, Art?
No, Bill from
I just-
Dynasty.
I was gone. I just got back.
I know. Well, I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling me.
Yeah, sorry.
Canadian.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Just thought I'd go say hi to my wife. And
Well, the nice thing about the Philippines is they speak English too, at least.
Well, their language, their Tagalog or whatever it's called, there's a lot of
Tagalog.
Spanish. There's a lot of
Tagalog.
Spanish in there.
Tagalog.
So
I know, I
speak
get
Spanish.
that.
So I can understand a lot of what they're saying because the guys here speak it, and they say, "How do you understand?" I'm like, "I don't understand all, but like 30% of those words are Spanish." So I pick up enough to understand what they're talking about. Chris
it's
Wedgeworth
not.
said,
The Tagalog sounds like a Girl Scout cookie. It's
Yeah.
Tagalog. It's Tagalog. It
Chris
Yeah.
Wedgeworth
just to
said
be clear.
Bigfoot is here in Northern
Tagalog.
California.
And there's
but haven't
Ilocano.
seen it
There's Ilocano. There's all kinds of different dialects in the Philippines.
Visayan. Yep.
My wife speaks like 11 languages, but a lot of them are from the Philippines. She also speaks a little Chinese, a little Cantonese, and a little Japanese because she was a part of a dance troupe that traveled around the world. But yes, Tagalog. And all I know how to say is nothing.
Oh, you don't know how to say mahala?
Oh, mahalo. Yeah, it sounds
That's,
Hawaiian.
that's Hawaiian.
Does she cook? Does she cook Bill
Mahalo
any of
is
the food
Hawaiian.
from her country? Does she cook any of the food from her country?
Oh, yeah. I got to eat some of that.
Yeah.
And what have
Be
you
good.
found that you really enjoy?
A menudo. She makes a spring roll that she calls
Lumpia.
lumpia. It's a lumpia, but she makes a Shanghai lumpia and pancit bihon, which is a
Yeah.
rice noodle. She makes not a lot of it. I mean, there's certain things. It's kind of Americanized. What's the really common one? Adobo, chicken adobo.
Yeah, chicken adobo.
Do y'all like spicy? Do y'all like spicy food?
Of course,
Oh,
absolutely.
See
not
here,
really hot spicy.
here, my wife gets up at 5 in the morning.
Look at my ring. I know how to say mahal kita, which means I love you, and mahal din kita, which means I love you too. That's it, because she won't teach me. I speak English. I said, you think you speak English?
You know, on the internet, you could translate words, you know.
I
You
know.
learn that way, too.
I don't bother because she doesn't speak it. Actually, what's happened is she's starting to lose her ability to speak Tagalog or Ilocano or any of the rest of them, and her English hasn't gotten any better. So I just got to go with hand signals.
Well, my problem is
Now, does she understand Uncle Roger?
But you're right about the Spanish. When we first came down to Florida and she looked for jobs, people thought she was Mexican, which really pissed her off. And she couldn't understand. just because there's some Mexican-ish words or Spanish-ish words in Tagalog, she couldn't understand. Couldn't understand. And you get so pissed.
People that don't travel, a lot of people in the U.S. are like, we'll go somewhere to eat. Don't speak Mexican, speak English. And I'm like, you idiot, it's not Mexican, it's Spanish. They just don't know. So if you speak Spanish in a lot of areas, unless you're in Florida, everybody thinks you're usually from Mexico or something like that. But, you know, there are so many countries that are in Latin America.
There's Puerto Rico, there's Dominican Republic, there's Honduras.
Exactly.
You know, we have a lot of Dominicans that live here. In fact, one of my bosses is Dominican, great guy, love him. And his Spanish is a little different. I mean, they can understand each other when they speak to someone with a different Latin dialect. But I mean, if you go to overseas, you go to Spain or to Portugal, they're totally different. They have a hard time.
Portuguese is different than Spanish.
Yeah, I hated not understanding how to speak Spanish. It made the first couple of years when I was in Costa Rica really difficult because it was like, the girl that I was seeing was like, oh, you're hungry, you want to go eat? I got to go with you because you can't speak Spanish. And I was like, okay, there goes a bill for two, which is not an issue. And then I was like, okay, I need blue jeans. Oh, you can't go alone. I better go with you. And there's 2 pair of blue jeans. I mean, over 2 years of everywhere I wanted to go, it was like, can I take a pee alone? I mean, it's like I couldn't understand anything.
You mean when you went you couldn't order chalupa?
Dude, let me tell you, no, it's just like, let me tell you, it's funny because after all the Asian food that we eat in the U.S. from these Chinese places, I go to my company in China and my guy, George, that runs my business there, took me to lunch and he said, what do you want from the menu? I said, I'll just get me orange chicken. He goes, what the hell is orange chicken? I said, you know, orange chicken. He goes, we don't have that. And I was like, okay, how about curry chicken? And so I named off all these stuff. And he goes, Robby, all that shit's made up for you Americans. That's not real stuff. That's not.
Well, I mean, he was being a little harsh. I mean, those are dishes, yes, that were created over here, but they were created over here generally by Asians. I mean, it's still based on Asian cooking, but they created dishes that were more suitable to our palate over here. I mean, I worked in Chinese restaurants and different things, and yes, what the kitchen ate was totally different from what the customers ate. And I ate what the kitchen ate, and I liked it too. Food's food to me. I mean, if it quacked or
I thought like that. I thought like that.
I'll eat it, but what I'm saying is, I mean, sorry, long story short, they can be like down their nose at what we eat over here, and it's definitely different, but it's still based on the same things. I mean, a duck and chicken and fowl, whatever fowl, and they're a little more, I don't want to say base. Like, I mean, you're going to see more animal parts in your food, especially Filipinos. I mean, you'll pull a head out, And I won't eat.
Tell them about balut.
Yeah, balut. I'm not. Never in a million years will I eat a balut. We'll eat balut balut. You don't know what balut is? Yeah, look it up. We don't want to talk about it.
It's an egg with an embryo in it.
Yes,
I think they have some.
It's a partially developed.
Vietnam is popular there too. And how about Rocky Mountain oysters? Yeah.
Yeah, we got stuff like that. Yeah. There's
over here, everything we eat, she'll ask me, "Can you eat that?"
There's dinaguan. There's all kinds of stuff. There's pork blood. There's all kinds of different things. But just because it's different doesn't mean it's not good. I'm not crazy about certain things, but I like a lot of different. I'll try different stuff. There's something sitting out there right now that I'm gonna eat later that I'm not sure what it is, but I like it.
People tell me here that they love in America. Oh, I just love Thai food. Let me tell you, when my wife gets up at 5, she starts cooking by 6. She's got breakfast made either in the fridge for when I wake up, and my lunch and everything else. So for breakfast could be garlic chicken with peppers. It sounds delicious for dinner. But for breakfast, if you get up at 5:45 and you eat, up until lunch, you're in and out of the bathroom. And then when lunch hits, guess what? You can have fish. Guess what's in the fish? It's got peppers in the fish. So then your stomach is upset until dinner time.
What's in the fish?
Peppers. They put peppers in every freaking thing here.
Okay.
Or So finally, I'll see some
I'm
chicken.
okay with that.
I'll see some boneless chicken. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. And guess what? There's some dipping sauce. Guess what's in the dipping sauce? The damn peppers. I don't, guys, let me tell you seriously. If you think that you're a jalapeno eating, I can eat any pepper in the world. I've had the ghost pepper. I can do this. Welcome to Thailand. Come here and bring some Pepto-Bismol and a couple gallons of water. You guys can't eat it. You just can't. You can't eat it. I'm telling you. You just you can taste it,
You can't.
but you can't eat it.
You might be
I'm telling
surprised. You might be surprised what I can eat.
you. You know what? Let me tell you. My brother
You
took
might
me to BW3s when they first opened, and I decided I was going to try the blazing sauce on the chicken. As I was crying, just trying to eat it. Even I could eat it now without crying, and it's very hot. The food here is about 100 times hotter than that. It's just that bad.
No, I've had all kinds. I've had ridiculously high Scoville foods, and heat's good as long as there's flavor. I mean, some things are just hot just for the sake of being hot, but there's got to be flavor. Like if you have something they call it chili. She calls it chili. If it's too strong a chili, like a Mexican flavor, it tastes like shit. But as far as heat's concerned, pretty much numb myself, because I'm ridiculous. It's actually good. It's good for your metabolism. The high Scoville foods will actually raise your metabolism and help you burn off the calories.
Some of the stuff here is so hot that it's just like,
oh, sure it is.
literally when you're eating and you're chewing, you feel it in your mouth. I mean, you instantly know and my brother likes really, really hot food. So, and my brother-in-law kept telling me like you, oh, I eat all this hot food. So I went to a local Thai place and put my wife on the phone with them. And they said, we know what you want. So I told them, make him suffer. So they just cooked some normal food and they said, this is medium hot. We don't want to overdo it. So I took it home. We sat down at the table. My brother-in-law here, he could have eaten a coal off your grill on fire and swallowed it and swore up and down it wasn't hot. So we put it beside him and I said, David, just taste it. He gets a whole spoon of it. And I said, David, you better be careful. Threw it in his mouth.
He's a dingling.
His face. Just instantly, the look on his face was like, I have really effed up here.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, just because I can eat super hot food doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy it. It's not necessary for it to be so ridiculously hot that you can't taste. You can't taste your food. I mean, I live it. Mudball Creative. You might be surprised what I could eat. Uncle Bill's.
Hey, Bill, here's the funny part though. I'm 210, 215, 6 foot. Okay. My wife is like 5 foot tall, 110 pounds. Okay. We'll sit down and eat. I'll go through 4 bottles of water. She don't even have a drink. I'm like, honey, you want some drink? No. And I'm just like, and then she'll tell me, don't eat that. It's hot. And she's eating it. I'm like, how? The hell can you eat it? She goes,
because your body becomes accustomed to it, and your taste buds are numbed a little bit, your throat's numbed a little bit. It comes over time. The unfortunate thing with that is the more you eat, the hotter you need, because you're not going to taste it as much anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, I it's only Mexican hot sauce only, but I pour hot sauce all over everything when I eat every day. And I have ulcers, so on occasion I do have a little issue with it. But overall, can't be hot enough. And like wasabi is great. Wasabi is great. Wasabi tastes like horseradish, but wasabi is great. Wasabi is not super duper hot. It's pretty hot. It can be hot. I mean, if you take a mouthful of wasabi, your sinuses are going to clear. But
I did that one.
What's that?
I was on a flight.
I brought you to this sushi restaurant. You saw me take a big dish of wasabi and mix a little soy sauce with it and dip my sushi with it. Mm-hmm. You with it? I mean, but that's not that hot. That's not like some of these sauces and these ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a take your breath away hot. It's not a hot of, no matter what you drink, it gets hotter when you drink. Here, most of the foods that you eat, you'll notice that there's cucumbers that are cut like wedged potato chips. They're wedged, and they'll have them on a plate with like a honey dip or something beside it. And I always ask her, "What is a cucumber for?" And she's like, "Here, eat this." Oh, it tore me up. And she's like, "Eat a cucumber," and the heat goes away. It absorbs. It gets rid of the heat.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Brad Alston.
Hey,
Welcome
Brad,
to
how
the
you doing,
show.
buddy?
Hey, Brad.
Yep. You're coming right to the end of the show because we're going to close it out in about a minute. So,
Art's got to eat something hot.
yeah, I'm pretty hungry right now. It's 7:30 and haven't had dinner. Had lunch kind of late, around 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's about my
So,
breakfast time.
everybody
My
in the
wife's getting ready to
chat,
come out.
thank you for coming and thank you for all the super chats. I see everybody's running over to Adrian's show. Thank you very much for coming and have a great weekend and keep them flying. We'll catch you next week. Bye bye.
See you guys. See you, Bill.
Bye bye.